A wee disclaimer here, we're not film experts. We're doing this for fun and to try and shine a light on films which are seen as rotten on movie review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, and to poke fun at them as well. It's a chance to highlight that the critical consensus isn't always everything.
We'd also like to remind everyone that we're about to go over all the film's details, including the plot, so there will be spoilers. Also, we just want to mention it's okay to disagree with our opinion. If you do, you can tell us and become part of the discussion. With that in mind, thanks for joining us and enjoy!
Ho, ho, ho! 'Tis the season to drink Monster. Fa la 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 la. Gonna drink my raspberry creamsicle. What's that again?
Orange Dreamsicle.
Orange Dreamsicle, Cat, you are correct. Welcome to Rank Rotten, the podcast where we talk about movies of all kinds. But Cat, what's the only constant?
That they are rotten.
That they're rotten. That's right, they've got to be rotten films on popular movie review aggregator website, Rotten Tomatoes. I've heard that disclaimer a few times now. It's drilled into my head, eh? Good Lord.
I know, when we started, you couldn't say movie aggregator website.
Movie aggregator. Oh, okay, I can't say it now, apparently.
Oh, well, apparently not. Yeah.
Movie review aggregator website.
All right, C3PO.
Oh my God, it was, eh? Anyway, we've had a pretty cool year. We're starting to wind down a wee bit now. We're on our last sort of couple of films now.
We are, yeah. It's gone fast.
And so we've got this one, and we've got one more.
We've got one more before the end of the year.
That's right. And we've had all the excitement of Halloween, we've had our mystery picks, and now we're sort of going into Christmas, aren't we? And it's interesting because I feel like we've just had special after special, fun sort of episodes recently.
Yeah, there's definitely been a wee run of them, which is quite enjoyable towards the end of the year.
I was buzzing to do these Christmas specials. Going into Christmas, Cat, I had me thinking, really, right? See, Christmas, like, what is Christmas? What's your favourite thing about it? The whole season, so it can really be anything. What's your favourite thing about it?
For me, I think I really enjoy getting cosy and watching films. Like, it definitely gets to kind of the darker nights, and I kind of get into movie mode where like Halloween kind of starts it, where I really enjoy watching movies in the evenings and on the weekends. And then when Christmas comes around, it's just a total bonanza. There's so many good ones and terrible ones, which is amazing.
Yeah, there are terrible ones. Is this a terrible one? Who knows? We'll talk about it shortly. But you're right, and I know what, I have to agree with you. Movies is the one thing if without those, it's no Christmas to me at all. I even made you a Christmas movie advent calendar, which we started doing last year.
Yes.
And we've done it again this year. It's been pretty fun.
Yeah, they're so much fun. Love it. I enjoy opening the doors each day and seeing what movie we're going to watch in the evening. So much fun.
Totally. If movies are your favourite thing, what's your favourite movie for Christmas? Now, listen, I think I could answer this. So, what's a couple at the top of your head?
A couple of the big hitters for me are actually proper big hitters.
Aye.
So I really love John Williams' music, and Home Alone is amazing in general.
It's primo John Williams, eh?
Exactly, yeah. So much so that we've got it on vinyl.
Yeah, we speak about music quite a lot on this show. It's a huge part of movies.
Definitely. I think music can make or break a movie, and there's some movies that have got a better soundtrack than the actual film.
I mean, this film that we're talking about today had John Denby doing the soundtrack. He's the same guy that did, what was it, Hocus Pocus?
Yes, yeah.
So he's had a bit of seasonal work. He did some Halloween music, he did some Christmassy music.
Yeah.
And I think the soundtrack for this film's pretty solid.
It is, yeah, definitely. I've got another couple where like Muppets Christmas Carol is like peak Christmas.
Oh yeah, that's like our Christmas Eve movie.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the Advent calendar says this year, huh?
Oh, who knows? I'm pretty sure that's one door you pretty much know what's going to be behind it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I also really enjoy The Bishop's Wife. I think it's a bit of a classic. Yeah. Not many people know it very well, I don't think.
It's an interesting one with The Bishop's Wife. I think that a lot of people who like classic cinema will be aware of that one.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of it until I met you, and your mum was like, this film's great.
Oh, yeah, it's so heartwarming. It really is a lovely film. What about you, Mikey?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a really difficult question because there's such a broad range of different Christmassy movies. Like, it really depends on how I feel. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But largely, one thing I can really appreciate is that there is such a thing as Christmas horror movies, and that makes me really happy because it's become more of a thing in recent years. I have this sort of tradition with my pals. It's Christmas sort of movie day or night sort of thing. We get together, we chuck some on, We didn't tend to pay that much attention to them, to be fair, because we're too busy chatting. But so I started to dig out some random movies for that. So in the past few years, I've discovered quite a few Raj ones.
Yeah, it's a rich seam of odd Christmas horror films as well.
Well, that's it. Films like Ginger Dead Man, which are it's terrible. It's really crap, but it's just really funny as well. Do you know what? I'll pick two favourites that are sort of linked thematically, right? A Christmas Story is a film that isn't really as well known here, as far as I know. I didn't watch A Christmas Story until I was much older and was able to seek it out myself.
Yes.
Mum and Dad didn't know what A Christmas Story was, I don't think.
No.
Right? And so I don't think it was a big thing here, but when I watched that for the first time, it's got so much charm.
It really does.
It's just brilliant. And then years down the line, and I think in 2022, they made a movie called 8-Bit Christmas.
I love that film.
Now, that film is basically like an updated version of A Christmas Story.
Yes.
You know, I mean, there is a Christmas Story sequel, which we watched last year, which we kind of will really watch again, to be honest. It wasn't great.
No, didn't love it.
But 8-Bit Christmas feels like its spiritual successor to a degree.
I agree.
Because A Christmas Story is based in like the 50s or something.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did was 8-Bit Christmas, it's the same thing. It was Neil Patrick Harris telling his story about trying to get a Nintendo when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And it takes that story and sort of brings it forward about 30 years.
It does.
To see what kids would be wanting. And it's just approached so well and fun, and it's got a lot of heart, and it's got that Christmassy feel to it. Both those movies do.
They do, and it has captured that thing at Christmas, you know, like where kids in particular, you have that one present you really want.
Aye, that's what both those movies are about, the same thing, basically. There's probably people out there would criticise 8-Bit Christmas for that. I wouldn't, because it went out on its own and did it in its own way, and it's class.
Yeah,
so,
I think it's great. I would really recommend it.
Do you know what I mean? And it's got a really beautiful ending, just like most Christmas movies tend to do. No, the horror ones, not so much, but still.
Sometimes.
Well, speaking of Christmas horror, is this a horror film? Is Christmas with the Kranks horrible, or is it, not bad?
Let's see.
Do you know what? I like specials, because we've often got sweeties, haven't we?
We do.
Not only have I got Sugary Monster here, I've got sweeties as well. And you know what? It's the evening, I'm going to be awake all night.
Great.
Ho, ho, ho! Christmas with the Kranks came out on the 24th of November 2004.
Yeah, it's weird that it's his 21st birthday and this is the first time we've seen it.
It was a PG and its runtime was 1 hour and 30 minutes and it had a budget of 60 million and it made 96.6 million, which is obviously over budget, but it's not a huge return, I think.
No, it's not a huge return, but it's respectable.
No, for 2004, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was directed by Joe Ross and it was written by Chris Columbus, so Christmas big hitter there.
Very famous man, aye.
Yeah, he has written my favourite that I just mentioned, Home Alone.
Yeah. Okay, the Goonies. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Usually, if you see Chris Columbus' name on the writing credits, you know it's going to be pretty good.
Thursday Murder Club.
Oh, yay! I forgot he was on that.
Yeah,
I love that film.
And he was a producer on Jingle All the Way.
Oh. As you mentioned earlier, the music was by John Debney.
Did I say Denby earlier on again?
You did say Denby.
Oh, why did you not correct me? Now everybody's going to come silly.
I just didn't want to let you
Denby's
down.
Pottery.
Yeah,
Debney is the man,
yeah.
the music man. Music man, Debney, Pottery, Denby, right?
That's the way to remember it.
Cool.
Yeah. The production studios for this were Columbia Pictures, Revolution Studios, and 1492 or 1492 Pictures.
I'd probably go for 1492. 1492
Pictures. This is based on a book called Skipping Christmas by John Grisham.
Could be a good shout, by the way.
I know, I was thinking that. There's a couple of taglines for this one. Their Christmas will turn upside down. And, well, if you don't like that, you're definitely not going to like this. No ho ho.
Oh, yeah, I know. I saw that one when I was doing stuff. No
yeah,
ho ho.
It's not great.
Shouldn't it be ho ho no?
Yeah, ho ho no, much better.
Much better.
Much better. Yeah, no, definitely. I would rather go ho ho no.
Ho ho no.
Especially no ho ho. Like, at least the ho ho no, like, sounds like, oh no.
Yeah, aye, totally. There's much more to that in various ways. It was a bit silly.
Yeah, not the best.
No. Our synopsis for this movie is when their only daughter Blair leaves the family nest, Luther and Nora Krank, Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, decide to book an island cruise to beat the yuletide blues. Cruise for the blues! And just skip the holidays. But their decision to boycott tradition has the whole neighbourhood in an uproar.
That's an understatement.
Very much an absurd uproar, but we'll talk about that as we go. In terms of the scores, right, I did say this movie was low. It's a 5%er.
Wow, that is low.
Very low.
Super duper low. The popcorn meter is a bit more favourable at 39%.
Still pretty pretty shit.
Yeah, it's still pretty damning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cinema Score also gave it quite a bleak B score.
Oh, crikey.
Which, when you consider the films we've had previously, they don't think we've had one as low as that for a while.
B for Blue Christmas. Any others beginning with B? Christmas songs. Hit me.
I've got a B for you.
Oh, aye.
Bah humbug.
Ho, ho, ho. We just wanted to quickly say, if you're enjoying the podcast, please consider doing a wee rating or a review wherever you're listening.
The more ratings we have, the more people see the podcast, and the more people join our little club.
Aye, that's right. Ratings and reviews increase visibility or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Most popular podcast platforms like Spotify or Apple Podcasts allow you to leave a wee rating or a review. So wherever you're listening, if you can consider doing that, we'd massively appreciate it.
We really, really would.
As well as that, if you'd like to follow us on our socials, they are as follows. Instagram, Threads, TikTok and Blue Sky are all at Rank Rotten Pod. That's at Rank Rotten Pod for Instagram, Threads, TikTok and Blue Sky.
And we're also on Facebook as Rank Rotten, a Rotten Movies podcast. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube, as well as listen to the full episodes there too. That's also at Rank Rotten Pod.
You can also email us at rankrottenpod@gmail.com. You can send us any feedback or let us know what you thought of any of the movies we've talked about, suggest a rotten film, or just say hello. Again, that email address is rankrottenpod@gmail.com.
Anyway, should we get into the plot now?
Totally, let's do it, man. Ho, ho, ho.
Our movie opens and we are in Riverside, Illinois. It seems very wet in Riverside, Illinois.
Yeah, Chicago, it's like every time we see in movies, it's raining or snowing.
Yeah, that's the only two settings it seems to have.
That's right.
We see a couple, Luther, who is Tim Allen, and Nora, who is Jamie Lee Curtis. They wake up at home on the day of their daughter's departure. Their daughter Blair, who is played by Julie Gonzalo, is leaving for the Peace Corps assignment in Peru.
Yes, that is the same Julie Gonzalo from A Cinderella Story.
I know, what are the chances of her being in our two films on the run?
We're a couple of minutes into the movie and I was like, Kat, it's Shelby.
I know, she's here. And the thing is, because this was 2004, she'd been in both of those films this year.
In the same year. That's one of these weird freak occurrences. This movie is actually the same year as the last movie we talked about.
So weird. And also she looks so much older in this film. I don't know if it's just the setting,
yeah, maybe.
But she does look significantly older.
The web, Kat, the web.
Yeah, the web of interconnections between our films on Rank Rotten goes on.
Continues to grow.
It does indeed.
I know I was talking about logos and all the rest of it, but do you know what? I really like the font. It wasn't the font, it was the Christmas lights around it.
I thought that was really cute as well. I've actually made a note of it too. But I did appreciate it as a design choice. So they wake up on the morning of Blair's departure and they're both devastated, I think, that she's going.
Aye, they seem pretty gutted. Well, she's definitely gutted.
She really is. Like, they're sitting up and waiting for their alarm to go off. You know, one of those situations where it's like 7:59 and an alarm set for 8 and they're both sitting there awake. And then they decide, oh, let's just get on with it. Let's go.
Yep.
So
no point in delaying the inevitable. She's going to go. You've got to take her to the airport. Let's get going.
Absolutely. So they head off to the airport and they say their tearful farewells.
I turned to Kat here and I was like, Kat, where's she going? Like, you know, I do that all the time. And I'm aware, and you know what? This is one of those moments where I was aware that I'd done it. I was like, where's she going?
Yeah.
And Kat's like, well, I didn't know.
Yeah, I've seen the same about this movie as you.
Honestly.
Yeah, I don't think I really had picked up till it was Peru until much later in the film.
I know, and I was like, Paddington! Also, can just say, this is the second time our podcast has been, or had something to do with Peru.
Oh yes, that's right. Another connection in the web.
Madame Web, episode 1.
Way back when.
Aye.
So yeah, they drop the Shelby. I was going to call her Shelby then.
I know, I keep calling her that, I know.
That's because in my notes I've written Shelby as well, which doesn't help. But yeah, they drop Blair off and they say their farewells and they are driving back in the car back into town, and that's when the kind of emptiness kind of starts to set in a bit for them, I think.
Like, literally on the way home, like.
Yeah.
Like, calm down, guys, eh?
I know. So like Nora's got this kind of Christmas vest on.
Right.
And she's just looking quite sad.
Yeah, she's got a really like mad outfit. It's like she looks like she works in like a Walmart or something.
She does.
It looks like a supervisor vest in a supermarket.
It does, or she could be doing some roadside work if they made it high vis.
Totally, but it's a Christmassy vest with like a Christmassy jumper sort of thing underneath.
So Blair has left for a year, it transpires, and Nora and Luther make at this point say that Christmas is not going to be the same without her.
Aye.
So I think they're quite gutted. They stop in to pick up some stuff they need for Christmas prep. So I think they need like pistachios and white chocolate at a shop, but it is absolutely torrential rain outside.
Aye.
So Nora's looking at Luther like, you're going to have to go in and get this.
Aye, like, yeah, you go and get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Get up, get yourself. Because Luther's like, oh, I forgot the umbrella. And she's like, well, you're definitely going now.
Yeah, and then he refuses an umbrella from the wee umbrella sales Santa.
He does, but when he gets sent out of the car, after forgetting the umbrella, he gives her a very aggressive K in response to her
He
actions.
does, but she's sort of recanting what she needs to him with more detail. Like, firstly, like he's going to take it in, and secondly, it is so heavy with rain right
It
now.
really is.
K! To be fair, it's like, you burst out laughing, you're like, what is that?
Yeah, it was like, we've all been there. We've all felt that way. I've been like, I get it. Just let me go.
To be fair, if that was one of us, the door would be shut.
Oh, yeah.
Because you'd be heading in.
Yeah, 100% would not have
And I
listened
wouldn't
to
even
that.
be mad. I'd just be like, yeah, I should have done the right thing.
Yeah, no. You'd be getting your white chocolate and whatever nuts I could get my hands on. Like,
and
it
whatever
doesn't matter.
chocolate you get your hands on,
Yeah.
especially when it's near Christmas and everybody's getting all grabby.
Yeah, last year we couldn't get white chocolate for the life of us.
It was weird. I needed it for something. We could not get the white chocolate.
Yeah, we could not. But we lived.
Because you
didn't we?
said that, you were like, that's like you last year.
I did say that. So Luther is heading across the street to the store and manages to avoid a big pothole.
Yeah, it looks like one of those potholes you've seen in like those clips where kids jump into them and then disappear. Because it's like that deep and they don't know it's that deep.
It really does. And he's like, haha, I've managed to avoid stepping in it, and is all cheesing. And then a car goes through the puddle at the back of him and soaks his back. And I was doubled.
You found stuff just hilarious in this movie.
I did.
And then every time I'd look at you and you just look at me and go, it's funny.
It's
like you were trying
funny.
to justify it.
Totally, especially it just went to my sense of humour.
I was like, you're allowed to find it funny. It's funny.
It was funny.
It's funny, right?
There's a Santa outside of the shop that Luther is going into that's selling umbrellas. And he says, oh, I think you could use this. And he's like, no, I'm fine. And makes his way in. And he goes in, gets what he needs, and comes back out. And the Santa's like, are you sure you don't want this? He's like, no, I'm fine. And as he's doing that, he knocks the pole to the awning of the shop.
Oh, does he? I just thought the awning was overcome by rain weight.
No, he bumps into it.
Right.
Because there's a little delay about what happens next, where all the water comes off the awning and absolutely covers him.
And Kat was deed again.
Yeah.
She found this absolutely hilarious. And I had on my notes just here, Kat loves this movie, is what I'd written.
It's so funny, honestly, because the Santa then is like, are you sure you don't need this? And as the water's falling on Luther, he goes, I couldn't get any wetter.
That's true.
And it's like underwater sounding. So he's like, oh,
Oh, wow, that was really good.
there you go, did that live. Not
Coming at you live.
yeah, not a professional, may I remind you. So while he's coming out the shop, he sees this advertisement for a cruise, which after you've just been soaked, and I'm assuming it's very cold as well,
Aye.
seeing this tropical cruise is quite pleasing to look at.
I'm not sure I fancy a cruise, I don't know.
I don't know, yeah.
Can when we go on those bus journeys when we're abroad and I get really moany because we have to stick to somebody else's schedule and I didn't want to listen to the man when I'm on holiday, and then every time we do them anyway, because there are sometimes a good way for you to see a lot at one time.
It's true.
But I feel like our cruise would be like that times 100.
Yeah, and I'm not putting up with you doing that every day for 10 days.
Nah, I'd be fine. If that's what I was getting into, I'd know. But I just feel that, see with the amount of money a cruise is now, we could just go for a really good trip somewhere else.
It's a weird one. Like, I love the idea of being able to see lots of places in a short amount of time, but equivalently getting off the boat at the same time as 3,000 other people who are all doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's
sure.
a fair point. You're not really get to go and enjoy anything because all these people are there, and
And also, you're stuck with the same people for a really long amount of time. I
and
know
also
these boats are massive.
you're guaranteed you're going to get sick.
Well, this is it. My public health head says,
No.
nah.
You know what I mean?
So I think we'll just be planning our own trip.
So we're not going to be going on a Christmas cruise then.
No. Cancel the Christmas cruise. But Luther and Nora, very interested.
Oh yeah, well Luther at
particularly
this
Luther
point
at
at
this
least.
point. Yeah.
Also, he does something really odd here. He strokes his tongue when he sees Dad.
Yeah.
I was watching it again the other day. Well, we watched it again.
Yeah, we
And
did.
Kat was like that. Why did he stroke his tongue?
Yeah. Like you would
it's really
stroke
weird.
your chin.
I just tried it there.
Yeah.
And it was deeply unpleasant to do.
I also tried it, but I also had something really hot for lunch, so I've kind of burnt my tongue, so that was even more unpleasant.
Do you know? Did you know what I thought of when he gets soaked? It was bloody Popeye's Bilgewater Boogie or whatever it's called. What was it, right?
Popeye's Bilgewater Rats, I think.
Aye, that.
Is that right? That's not right.
Bilge Rat Boogie.
Bilge Rat Barge.
Oh, aye. There's no
That's the
boogie
one.
in.
No.
Damn.
We boogied on it.
We did boogie and we got soaked.
Yeah.
And I
you-
lost my glasses. But I
Again,
found them.
That little boy helped you, went, Mister, is that your glasses?
Yeah, some little child was like, Mister, I don't even know, some random nationality, some little kid saved my bacon by finding my glasses. What a
Thank
wee legend,
God.
by the way.
They were
I
already
couldn't
your
thank
spare
him
glasses.
enough. I couldn't thank him enough. We were on this wee dinghy getting I don't know if anybody knows. Somebody will probably.
Most of the people.
This ride is absolutely wild because it's the ride you will get the wettest on.
Yeah, I've never been so wet in my whole
But
life.
you're in
Like,
Florida and it's
ridiculous.
roasting, so you might as as well.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
We
Soaked
did
right
that,
through.
and we did the Dudley Do Right like, in quick succession just to get soaked.
Yeah, and also you're better doing it all at once, right?
True, and I'd also lost my glasses earlier that day also, but those I actually lost on the Incredible Hulk coaster. They went flying off my face.
You could see them in the wee net. It was quite entertaining.
Could see them in the net, couldn't get them, never got them again. Had to buy the same ones again when I got home. But this, I was like, that's how wet you get on that ride.
It really is. And at least it's that water was a bit warmer, the Popeye water. Well, I imagine that water that's been sitting in the autumn would also be very, very cold.
Rainwater, cold rainwater.
Very cold.
This is a cold part of the States in the winter. So
very.
It's not going to be pleasant.
No. So understandably, Luther is a bit miffed.
How do I know that it's a cold part in the place in the winter? Because every movie I've ever seen that's based in Illinois, generally Chicago, it's always snowy.
Yes, yeah.
Including Home Alone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's Chicago, eh?
Yeah, because that's where the Polka Man.
Polka.
The Polka King takes her back to Chicago.
Right.
So Luther heads into the office, unspecified job. Who knows?
Right, I've got a theory he's an accountant.
I agree with you. Because he then calculates how much he spent on Christmas last year.
Is that what he's doing?
That's what he's doing when he's
Oh
on
my
his
God, I
little
thought
machine.
he was working as an accountant.
I think he is. I think he does do that as his job, but he is in the office and he's tapping away on, that little machine that does all the sums and does the little...
It syncs up to the music. The music here is ace. That's why I said to you, because the music in this is great, and you went, it's John Debney. And you went like that, and I went, are you sure it's not Debney?
Is that what happened, is it? I don't think that is what
is it?
John Debney.
Right. Debney.
Yeah.
Aye, well, anyway, his musical skills came in handy here because I thought the music really stood out here. It was cool.
Yeah, like the little typewriter-y sound and stuff. Oh, it was great.
It all sinks in quite nicely. It's satisfying.
He calculates that they have spent $6,132 on Christmas last year.
Obscene.
That is insane.
Obscene. Is this something that a lot of families are doing? I don't want to be judgy. If that's how much you spend at Christmas, then that's how much you spend at Christmas. But we wouldn't spend that much at Christmas.
We don't have that much to spend.
No, we don't. We simply don't.
We don't. Like, we're the best people in the world.
Do you know when he walks into the office too? I was getting the Santa Claus vibes.
Yeah.
The same character.
Yeah, same wardrobe. Very sort of high up corporate.
Aye. It'd be cool if you just walked into the office and went, there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
I know.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be so cool.
Because this was 9 years after Toy Story. So
wow, goodness. But also that's quite insulting to walk into the office and say that.
I know, that's my point.
Yeah, oh well, there you go.
I wasn't very popular in my previous workplace. Can you guess why?
Yeah, just insulting everybody as soon as you stepped through the door. Not a great way to make friends.
I'm only joking, everybody loved me.
Of course they did. Luther then heads home and has dinner with Nora, and they're both discussing about how they really are not looking forward to celebrating Christmas without Blair around. Ah, sad.
Get over it.
Yeah. At which point Luther seizes his moment and suggests to Nora that they go on the cruise by telling her how much they spend at Christmas.
Hence why he's been clocking it together at work, and I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's
no wonder it took him so long to clock it up when it's that much money.
It's crazy when they're outlining their expenses. He says that they spend like $63 a year on ornament repair.
Yeah, what's that?
I have no idea what
I'm
that
not
is.
joking or anything, right? We're getting an ornament repaired, we're doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
Or we're buying a new ornament, and that ornament ain't going to be $60.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Right?
No.
The most expensive ornament we ever bought was the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't even think it was that expensive, but it's one of my favourite ornaments because it's Santa playing hockey.
Love Hockey Santa. So good.
Santa.
Our tree's a collection of ornaments from all of our travels.
Travels and memories and loads of different stuff. Our tree tells a story.
It does.
Don't mean to sound absolute wank, but it actually does. There's loads of wee stories in that tree. It's class.
It really does. We've got so many nice ornaments. I love looking at it. I get a bit hypnotised.
Also, just, I never said, but the podcast room is Christmased up, isn't it?
We have Christmasified it.
To be
special.
fair, the house is Christmased up.
It is, but we've moved. This room doesn't normally get decorated that much.
Yeah.
We have extra Christmasified it.
That's right.
So, and we did not spend $6,000.
We did not spend $6,000. I reckon how much my mum spent on wool for these.
Yeah.
They are two little elves, a little elf me and a little elf cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I love them.
Class. They're one of my favourite Christmas things that we have.
Yeah. I think one year we should dress up as them.
Oh, that would be funny, and just carry them around.
Yeah. You made it a creepy.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Why did I make it weird? Why
I
is
don't know
that
why
weird?
that
It is weird,
but it made it weird. Yeah. Anyway, so Luther has suggested that they treat themselves to a 10-day Caribbean cruise, and while he is trying to convince her, he talks about the different things they can do on this and makes another peculiar noise when he's describing snorkeling. Very odd.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think snorkeling would be more of a bubbly sound. You know what I mean?
Like, I think you kind of more go Darth Vader kind of. However, Luther is not quite managing to convince Nora about it until he tells her that the cruise itself was $3,000. So they would be saving money by going on this cruise.
Mental. No-brainer.
Absolute insanity.
It's a great idea. But I'll tell you, it's a great idea even if they are spending an obscene amount of money at Christmas. Do you know what cracks me up here the most? Is when he leaves the room, right?
Yeah.
He goes away and Jamie Lee Curtis is like, I'm getting my hole tonight, right? So she starts to take off her gear.
Yeah.
And she's unbuttoning her cardigan and sorting her hair out and that. And she's like, here we go. And then he comes in, listening to the toots and the metalls, right? With a freaking boombox on his shoulder, sort of arched backwards, dancing into the room.
Yeah.
And she's just like, what's happening?
Yeah, she's very confused.
And we knew about the cruise and we were both like, what's happening?
Yeah, it wasn't 100% clear.
What's he doing?
And then he does like a little limbo impression as well, which was a bit odd.
It's a shame because then he's all like, oh, and then he's like, what's wrong with what's going on with your jumper? Like, I know, and she's like, oh, and it's a wee shame because she thought we were going to get fresh.
I know, that's the break sometimes.
She says something like, what is it?
It's not even Saturday.
It's not even Saturday. That's it.
Yeah.
Also, they got a $63 ornament repair. We've also got 600 on charitable donations.
The Kranks are clearly doing very well for themselves.
Yeah, they are, and I think also they actually thought about this. 600 is 10%.
Yeah,
It
is.
they're actually giving 10% of what they have to charity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Which is absolutely incredible.
Which is similar to the concept of tithing. It's the same thing.
Yeah. It's an incredible thing, and it's one of these things that Luther is trying to convince Nora that they should have a total boycott of Christmas, that they're just not doing it this year at all. And she says, well, I'm not really comfortable with that because I want to give the charitable donations. And she kind of digs her heels in.
Yeah.
She says, fine, we'll match last year's donation, so still do the $600 donation, but we're not doing anything else, to which Nora agrees.
Aye, fair enough, but like... I mean, it's funny, eh? Sometimes I've been like, oh, I could really do with skipping Christmas. Just, dialing it down. Everybody chilling the hell out a wee bit more. Because I don't like how much everybody gets stressed out about seeing each other, or how much people get stressed out about buying stuff, and how people out there who can't afford stuff are particularly stressed.
Yeah.
That part of it, I'm like, can we not just have a break for it? And then every year it comes round and I get swept into it again.
Everybody
and that's
does.
what's so good about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you try and do your bit for charity. It's sort of part of Christmas, isn't it?
It is part of Christmas, and it's definitely a time when people are more charitable than they normally are.
Aye.
For sure.
Which is great. It's a part of the Christmas magic, and that's part of what it's about.
Yeah.
Thinking of other people, which effectively is something you should be doing all year round. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least people do, and it's quite cool.
Exactly. No, I think at least they're doing it once a year, better than nonce a year.
Exactly. Nonce.
It's really interesting though, because they clearly already started decorating the house for Christmas though, so they're already kind of halfway through. Like as we said earlier, like Nora's in her Christmas vest that she's got on, and they've already got like a wreath on the door and stuff. So if you're going to do a total boycott, you really should take that stuff down. But anyway,
do you know this plan with the money had me thinking of the car thing? We actually made a little bit of money on the car and were able to use it towards the next one, and it was this mad loophole which could never be exploited again.
No, that loophole is well and truly shut.
But it made me think of that. He had an epiphany, because when you came to me with that, it was the same thing. You were like, I've got this idea, right? It totally worked.
Sounded like a total crackpot when I came to you. I was like, look.
No, you sold me on it, and it bloody did work too. So
I was the
there you
Luther.
Go. You're the Luther. I'm Nora. Wee cardigan on that. Actually, I've not got a cardigan on. I'm sitting here with my jammies on, and I've got a turkey hat on.
You do have a turkey hat on.
Like, not like the country, but like the actual turkey that you have at Christmas on my head.
Yeah.
Turkey head over now.
You've got turkey drummers over your ears.
That's right.
Yep.
And I'm roasting, but I'm not taking it off. Because I'm dedicated. This is Christmas.
It requires sacrifice, and every time you jiggle your head, those little drumsticks at the side go blah, blah, blah.
Like that.
Oh, one's come loose.
Oh, is it?
Yep. There you go, it's okay. So delighted that they've agreed that they're going to go on their trip. It transpires that it leaves at noon on Christmas Day. Dun, dun, dun. Noon, yeah.
Inconvenient, eh?
Well, she does make comment about this later where she says apparently people don't like to travel on Christmas Day, so that's why they got it so cheap.
But then, it's not so cheap, but what about your airport transfers?
Well, this is it.
So, some poor guy has to work Christmas to take you to the airport, but also it's going to be more money.
Yeah.
So you're not really saving.
No, and that's the thing. Cruises, I think, also do tend to get quite expensive. Like, when you're on board, you got to buy packages for drinks and stuff.
Right.
So I think it can add up quite quickly, so beware. There's our public service announcement for this episode. Enjoy.
Basically, what Kat and I are saying is we're not going on a cruise.
Nah.
If you go on a cruise, you let us know how it is. rankrottenpod@gmail.com. You email us. You tell us what your cruise was like. You sell us on a cruise.
Yeah, I think that's fair. There's a couple of cruises that have caught my eye. So
Yeah,
if
me
you can
too.
convince me. There's one that goes, I think it's from Seattle up to like Alaska and stuff. And you can go
That
whale
one
watching.
rules. We looked at that.
We did look at that. We looked at that for our honeymoon.
Yeah.
But, middle of pandemic, not a great time.
Nah, no for cruises.
Not
particularly.
for cruises, yeah. But, so if you can convince us, maybe that'd be the cruise we go on.
I've always fancied Alaska, to be fair.
Yeah, me too. So upon deciding that they're not doing Christmas, the Kranks are amazed to discover that they are considered pariahs as a result of their decision to boycott Christmas.
Great use of the word pariah.
It is a good word.
Very
I do
good.
like it.
Very good.
Like Luther goes into the office and decides to write a memo, which I'm not sure if it's a very 2004 thing, that email wasn't a big thing, but I'm pretty sure it was in 2004.
I thought he was writing an email.
Yeah,
at this
I
point,
also thought he was
to be
writing an
honest.
email, but he printed them.
When I worked where I worked, I would email it to everybody, even though we were all in the same frickin' office. But then
Yeah.
everybody had it in their inbox. That was the best way to do it.
That is the best way to
Maybe
do it.
put notes on each other's desk. I did come back to many notes on my desk. to
Did
be
you?
fair. Oh yeah, I'd come to my desk and there was pages and pages of printed stuff with people circling things and notes and stuff. It was part of my job.
Nah, I couldn't do
But
that.
effectively, they weren't supposed to do it though.
No.
But
yeah, he goes out handing out, like he prints out enough for everybody in the office and he hands them out to people, basically saying like, I'm not doing Christmas this year. Like, if you wish me Merry Christmas, I will say thank you, but I won't say it back to you. You're not getting any gifts and I'm not coming to the Christmas party.
fair enough. I mean, it's, honestly, like for me, it feels like quite a freeing thing to do. Can you imagine being able to just be like, I'm not doing it this year? That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. I'm not taking part, so don't worry. I don't have to worry about me. I'm not going to get you anything to get me anything. We're all doing this.
Yeah, I think the idea is not a bad one. I think the way that Luther went about it could have maybe been a bit better.
And this film kind of shows this in a very hyperbolic way.
Yeah.
Super over the top, right?
It does.
Which we'll get to as well. But I don't think it's possible to skip Christmas either. Not really. Can you imagine what your family would think if we said we're not doing it this year?
Yeah.
People would think that was really weird. And people would be, but I honestly think people would be a bit blindsided. They'd be like, what?
Yeah, I think so too.
Do you know what I mean?
Also, when Luther is handing them out, there's one guy that he wafts the paper in his face
Does
and
he?
he like wiggles it in his face and the guy's trying to grab it. Like, just stop being an arse.
Yeah, he has
Like,
a bit of a dick, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I would have been like, I don't even want your stupid memo because you're wafting it in my face. Give me paper
Shove
cuts
your
on my nose.
memo up your arse crank.
Absolutely. Beat it, Krank.
Arse crank, that's your name.
Sorted. But I don't know why Luther felt the need to do that. It was very odd.
Luther is a bit Raj. Going against the grain, no celebrating Christmas, wafting paper in people's faces, getting a tan. Well, that's not been yet. Come on.
Nora is also having a hard time with the boycott of Christmas, where the local stationer nips out and sees her on the street and goes, "Oh, you've not ordered the invitations for your annual Christmas Eve party yet."
This starts to annoy me.
Yeah.
And I know it's, and then this is where I went, it was actually a wee bit further down the line, but I went, right, they're just exaggerating this now.
Yeah.
They're trying to make a point. Everybody and their mum's coming to them to say, what about this? What about that? And it just keeps happening.
Yeah. However, I was thinking about this when we were watching it the first time. If they're spending $6,000 on Christmas, so even if you take off the $600 charitable donation, $5,400, right?
Oh, that's all right then.
They're spending a lot of money in the local economy, so no wonder that guy's chasing her down the street going, but what about your cards? What about your invites? Like,
Fair point, Kat. I never thought of that. That
small
is true.
local business
Yeah.
that they are failing to support this year. Terrible. But also quite annoying. Like, he is being very persistent.
It's an interesting one. Like, if somebody doesn't want to celebrate Christmas, they shouldn't feel shamed for doing it. And I use that word because I read that word quite a lot when I was researching this film.
Oh, interesting. But yes.
Yeah. People did say that they felt there was an element of them being shamed for no liking Christmas. But the other element of it was people saying that this film is for rich people. Who the hell spends that much at Christmas?
100%.
So, I'm not judging somebody for spending that much. If that's what they spend, that's what they spend.
Yeah, like, it's your money,
The
your business.
majority of us didn't have as much to spend as that.
Definitely
right?
not.
So, do you know what I mean? But I think the point that we're trying to make was it's obscene.
It is,
Why
yeah.
did they have to make it that much? When Joe Public's watching this film, how's that going to make them feel about how much they spend at Christmas, potentially?
I feel like maybe they could have glossed over it and not had to put a hard and
They didn't even
fast
have to put a number on it.
Yeah,
At all?
absolutely. Nora goes for lunch with her pals. And she breaks to her pals that she's not having her Christmas Eve party as well. Basically because the stationer dobs her in it and says, well, she's not ordering her Christmas Eve invites because she's not having one this year. And her pal's like, what do you mean? What are we going to do?
Yeah, what are we going to do? And I'm like, that's Felicity Huffman, by the way, from Desperate Housewives.
Yeah. So
And we've also got Caroline Rhea.
yes.
Now I'm saying Rhea because it's spelt like Rhea Ripley, so
Yeah, I think
I'm
it
going to
might be
assume that's
Rhea.
what it is. Could be Ray, but
Yeah.
anyway, she's the one that's Aunt Hilda in Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, original Snowballs series.
That's right, yes. And it was lovely to see her in something else.
It was cool.
Yeah, she's also a stand-up comedian.
I feel like she'd be great at that.
She comes
She's got
to
the
Edinburgh
delivery,
quite a
she's
lot.
very funny, and she's not in this film enough.
She's definitely not in this film enough.
She's in
but,
this one bit and maybe a bit later, I can't mind, but
Yeah, that's
really
right.
isn't really very prominent.
We should go and see her. She comes to Edinburgh quite a lot.
I'm in.
Cool. That's us sorted next year.
We'll meet Anne Helga, that'll be class.
Caroline Rhea plays Candy, and Felicity Huffman plays Mary, who have the most Christmas movie names I've ever heard.
Oh my
Candy
God, they
and
do.
Mary.
That's actually silly, yeah.
But they're also being quite selfish. It was like, what about us? What are we supposed to do? I was like, well, get over it. That's what we're supposed to do.
No way, it's not up to us, man. It's like, it's not up to us to make sure you have a good Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Don't do your own Christmas shit.
yeah, they come across.
Asshole.
Yeah,
Sorry.
good point. I think we're missing the spirit. But anyway, calling everybody arses and assholes.
And no celebrating it. Bleh.
Yeah, this is a PG movie, but this will not be a PG episode apparently.
Anyway. I gone done it again.
But the thing is that when they're chatting about her holiday, they find out that Nora's trip doesn't leave until lunchtime on Christmas Day. And they're like, oh, well, you can still have the party on Christmas Eve then. And she's like, no, I won't be doing that.
Nay party, Felicity Huffman. Go away, Mary or Pippin or whatever your name is. What's her name?
Candy and Mary.
Oh, sorry, right, aye.
They will get over it, I'm sure.
So the Kranks continue their boycott at home, including when they get a knock on the door and it's the Boy Scouts, and they're upset and pretty pissed when the Kranks refuse to buy one of their Christmas trees.
Yeah,
so it's one of these
boys.
things where they said the kids go out to buy they get the trees and then they sell them and they make money for the troop.
Yeah, it's cute.
It seems
very
aye.
cute. So and they're quite crestfallen when Mr. Krank says no. There is a funny line here. The troop leader says Mrs. Krank likes them big.
God's sake.
Which is a bit weird.
Was it the troop leader says that?
Yeah.
Do you know, as well, right, for me, it's like the onus isn't on them to buy a tree. I get that you're selling the trees for the scouts and you're going to be camping and it's all very lovely. But the onus isn't on them. They don't have to buy one. So stop shaming them.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I'm just going to say this again. I understand that we're really going for an over-the-top sort of vibe here. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point. This is supposed to be silly, it's supposed to be hyperbolic, and it's supposed to be funny, and that's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm still going to sit there and be like, that's unreasonable. And I think that's one of the reasons this film's so low.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people saying that they shouldn't be shamed for this.
Yeah.
For no celebrating Christmas, and they should be made to buy stuff.
Yes.
And that happens consistently.
It does.
And that's obviously pissed people off. Whereas I was just sitting there going, I'd be telling them to get stuffed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was amusing. So
I agree with the main points, but also it was quite funny.
But if I didn't want one, I'm not having one. Right!
Aye, you tell them.
And then we see here the wee lad from Malcolm in the Middle's there.
Yeah.
His dad is played as a guy called Vic Frohmeyer, and he's played by Dan Aykroyd.
Yes.
And so basically he catches wind about them no buying the trees and the fact that they're no celebrating Christmas. And he turns round and you get this close-up on his face, eh?
You do.
It's clear they're using like a fisheye lens or something, because like when you see him, he turns round to talk to Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle. It's his son, Spike, isn't his name is in this film.
Yeah.
He turns round to speak to him, and then when he turns back round again, you see the lens pop back into place.
Yeah.
And it's just really funny because it's there to make him look a bit sort of menacing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see the lad from Malcolm in the Middle who played Dewey. His name is Eric Per Sullivan.
Yes, that's right.
And you know, it's really interesting. I thought I'd check out what this guy's done because he's about my age and he's not done much since Malcolm in the Middle was out. Mm-hmm. But he's really clever. Like, oh my lord, right? He's got into studying Victorian literature.
Wow.
Right? And he's even going for a master's at Harvard.
Amazing.
So he's very sharp, and I think that's
into
class.
An academic sphere.
He did. He decided to go down the academic route instead of going into fame. And, you know, they're bringing back Malcolm in the Middle, and he's not coming because he's got to do a master's degree.
Yeah, having done mine, I would not want to be doing an acting job alongside it either.
And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what a ledge, eh? I just thought it was worth pointing out because I thought it was really cool.
That's amazing.
One of the other big players on the street is a neighbour across, like this is directly across from them, and his name is Walt Shield. And he's played by a guy called Emmett Walsh, and that dude was in a few movies of a range of films, including Racing Stripes, which I never saw.
I saw that, and that's got Frankie Muniz in it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting,
so
eh?
The Web.
The Web. And he was in Blade Runner, and he was also in Critters. So,
wow, goodness.
Good range, and that's why I recognise him.
Ah, excellent.
And he's all like, old man, all the time, eh?
Yes.
Old man. He always calls Luther, old man, and Luther gets really pissed, and it's a bit of a running gag throughout the movie, isn't it?
It is.
But Vic is sort of the leader of the street. Like, I was like, is this guy the mayor?
Yeah.
He feels like he's probably the mayor.
He did have a Mary vibe about him, but he's definitely the mayor of that street.
I'm just going to go with the fact that he's the mayor, right?
Cool.
He talks to Luther and he basically tries to convince him to decorate his house, doesn't he?
He does, and everybody else is decorating their house at the same time.
Aye, including a couple across the street, and there's a bit of an unfortunate incident. I had to highlight this sound. By the way, we're playing a few more sounds as we go in this episode because there wasn't a lot of lines that we took from it.
No, the dialogue didn't really capture us until maybe a bit later in this film.
It didn't, and we ended up jotting down more sounds at this point, didn't we? So I thought I'd just include them as we go this time. They're
Yeah,
a change, eh? But oh no, the sound, the incident across the street did. Your favourite character at the end there? Do you want to tell everybody what your favourite character's name was, or what you called him?
I called him Adult Drunk Child.
Yeah, they have a child who's obviously of adult age who is just clearly drunk or stoned most of the time.
Always with a beer in his hand. Always. And very on brand for me.
So Frohmeyer's like, you need to put up your frosty. And they're talking like this is a thing that we're supposed to know. Oh, you need to put up your frosty. And he's referring to this thing that they do on the street where everybody on the street puts out this big giant snowman every Christmas.
Yeah, which I feel like he's being guilt-tripped.
I feel like that would look really weird. If you imagine looking out that window and everybody in the street has the same Christmas decoration in their garden. Now, they've got a variety of decorations. Every house is different, but they all have that one constant. Do you not think that's weird?
I do think it's a bit odd.
And they're massive. It's like 7 feet, 8 foot or something.
Yeah, crazy.
20 feet. It's massive.
Insanity.
Might have exaggerated.
I think you've
exaggerated.
It's quite big,
Though.
but it is big. Though. It is definitely like 8, 9
It's quite
foot.
big and his face changes. It's weird. We'll talk about that
weird.
shortly. Nora basically tries to convince Luther that they should put Frosty out just to match the street, just to sort of satiate the street, pop him out, what's it going to matter? But Luther objects, saying that on principle, he's not going to be pressured by Vic Frohmeyer. Now, this is where a chain of events occurs, where things just get worse and worse. They keep pushing them to do stuff for Christmas, and because they're getting pushed, they get annoyed, and they decide to take it further by taking stuff down and not taking part in more stuff, and it just gets out of hand.
It does.
That's the recipe for a silly comedy.
It is.
Just like, what does it sound like? Deck the Halls. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Deck the Halls is this escalation of these two guys competing to get their Christmas decoration seen from space, if I remember correctly.
That's right.
Right? And it's the same idea. It's two parties bashing heads
Yes.
over Christmas.
Yeah.
It's not what Christmas is about.
It's not. They have missed
But it's what Christmas movies are about, apparently.
Exactly. But yeah, I've got a bit of a problem here with the Kranks. Right?
I think a few people have got problems with the Kranks, apparently. But
Apparently so. But they do have a few Christmassy bits up in the house. And as
are you
I
in or
say,
you? That's what you're thinking, eh?
This is exactly what I'm thinking. They're sending very mixed messages to their neighbours. So, like, you could take the wreath down off the door to stop giving mixed messages to your neighbours.
I agree 100%. They need to be all in or all out, I think, at this point.
I agree.
Especially if they want to get the message across to the neighbours.
Yeah.
I meant to say as well, they're actually, at this point, it's night time and he's putting his like bins out or something. He's putting his recycling out, and that's when Frohmeyer comes over for a chat.
Yeah.
And so it does actually make me wonder why the family across the street are hanging up lights at night time. I mean, maybe it's a good idea because you could turn them on. I don't know.
I think that's maybe the
Is
thinking.
that the done thing? We didn't. I did it during the day.
Yeah, I think that is probably their thinking, is that you can see it all lit up and you'll be able to see when something's not quite straight, because this street seems to be very particular about the Christmas lights.
True. We're quite dorky though, because I do it and then we have a switching on ceremony.
We do.
We go out with a fizz and then we turn it on and then we're like, yay, Christmas! It's
It's here at last. I know, yeah. We're
and this is normally after I've swore and got very annoyed and very frustrated with tangled lights, because it happens every year, and every year I'm not prepared.
Yes. It's okay. It's part of the joy, isn't it?
It's part of the joy, is getting raging at knots. And also there's a woman with a bazooka. What is going on with that?
I don't know why Vic Frohmeyer's wife has got some sort of snow bazooka.
She's got a bazooka. I thought she was shooting lights, like in The Grinch.
It's a weird one. It does sound quite like, it's got like a proper techno, like sort of spacey sound. It's like whoomp.
And I was like, and right, we don't see what this is. But it's literally in the background. I'm like, is this a cut scene? Was there another scene with this wifey with the bazooka, but they cut it?
I think
the only reason, because it's no referenced, nobody talks about it, it's totally normal.
Yeah, it's never mentioned ever again that she's got this sort of alien tech
bazooka or a t-shirt cannon or something. I have no idea.
I have no idea what's going on with that either.
Frohmeyer, he turns around at this point and he says, it doesn't seem right, is what he says.
Yeah.
When he's talking about Christmas, and I love it because Tim, or as I kept writing in my notes, time, with an E at the end.
I don't know why he kept writing time.
I had my medical cannabis at this point, and for some reason I was adding on extra letters.
That makes
which
sense.
I am wont to do for some reason.
Yeah.
When I write stuff down, it comes out all funny. But anyway, he's like that. It's not up to you.
Yeah.
And I was like, good for you.
Yeah, he's totally right.
Do you know what I mean? And you know, he's not even disrespectful, because he actually says in a roundabout way, I want you to respect my wishes to not celebrate.
Yes. Yeah, I think he does.
And that's totally fair, and he does it in the right way, but Frohmeyer still insists.
Yeah.
But it's like Aykroyd puts on this face, the only way I can describe it is a face of absolute pomposity.
He is very pompous in this one.
Like that. He's like that all the time, but and it's almost like a cartoon character. To be fair, he does it really well. He pulls off exactly what they wanted, I think.
He really does, and it's just, I think he gives the air that Vic Frohmeyer is not used to not getting his own way.
Yeah.
Like, he's very much
Clearly.
the leader of the street. Like, you'll do what I say.
But while leaving for work the next day, Luther has a run-in with Walt and his cat as well. He seems to have a bit of a rivalry with their cat.
Yeah.
He kicks it all the time. He interacts by mistake, by the way, and he steps on its tail all the time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and cats do sit in annoying places.
And also, cats have a tendency to go to those people who don't like them.
But anyway, the cat hisses at him at one point, and he decides to just sort of emulate it, doesn't he? And you were deed. You were like, you need to pick that one out. Crikey.
Yeah. So funny.
It's like a double barrel little noise.
I know. It's the face as well that comes along with it. It's quite impressive.
Tim's on point with the noises in this movie.
He is.
And Walt's he's clearly not a fan of Luther. They didn't get on very well. Like I say, he's always winding up, calling him old man. And like, I don't know what their rivalry is about, because we never really get any depth or explanation as to why the two of them seem to be at heads all the time.
No.
Nothing.
Never explored.
Nah. Which I only noticed now, thinking about it. Not even once did they mention it. Do you know what I mean? Luther doesn't like Walt to the extent where he actually fantasises about throwing a pissy snowball at his head. Basically, that's what he means, isn't it?
Yeah.
I gotta get to work. Well, have a good one, old man. What? One snowball with a little yellow spot on it. Just skim the top of that little head of his. I can understand why he's pissed, because see that noise? That's him slamming his car. He slams his car.
Aye, yeah, don't touch my car. I got really annoyed about this. I was like, Walt.
Old man slaps his car. It's like, what are you doing?
No, don't be
pissy snowball back of the head. Scud!
Nah, I'm not having any of that.
But they always said after we did this episode, the first episode of this podcast, I said to you I was going to stick to character names.
Yes.
And I have been terrible all season at saying actor names, and I've been doing it this whole episode. I'm sorry. I will go back to using character names as much as possible.
Yes, please.
About this time, we realise as well that we don't know what it is. We find out later, but that Walt's wife, Bev, who's played by Elizabeth Franz, she is unwell.
Yeah.
Probably very unwell.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think they're doing their best, and it's one of these things, and it really resonated with me. He says to her, "How are you?" And she says, "I have good days and bad days. Today is a good day."
Yeah.
And I was like, that is class.
It is. Like, Bev seems to be a real class act.
She is. It's such a great way to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because people do that with me all the time. They ask how I am, but they're not really sure they want to ask.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm all right.
Yeah.
And today is a really good day, and I'm out and about and I'm doing stuff. No, every day's like that, but those days really matter. And she's absolutely correct.
Totally. Monopolising on the good days.
You're having a good day. Great. Focus on that. You know what I mean?
Excellent.
So I really liked her. I was like, she's won me over right away. She's a legend. Also, she's super nice.
She is very
She doesn't
nice.
get caught up in the rat race of shaming them. She doesn't get thing with Walt's always like moaning about Time Allen. He's always moaning about Luther. And she doesn't really seem to get caught up in that rat race of bitching, does she?
No, she definitely seems to be the voice of reason, that's for sure.
She's cool.
Yeah, we like Bev.
Anyway, when he gets to work, the other staff members you can hear them, they're like Scrooge, and they're muttering things under their breath, and he's clearly not very popular already.
Yeah, and his assistant is like, "Oh, here Santa's not coming this year, I'll have to buy my own cheap perfume then."
It's like, well, if it's cheap, you can stuff it.
Aye, if you dislike the present I get you so much, why are you moaning about not getting it?
Like, mind your business and maybe eat a wee bit of shite, right? I've had enough of this. Everybody's shaming me, right?
No.
I'm not celebrating Christmas, that's it.
Yes.
Although I am in real life. I was just imagining we're doing Christmas. I mean, duh. Look at the room. Look at me.
Yeah, with your turkey head.
So whilst Luther is at work, so can't even remember the guy's name, man. Luther. Like Idris Elba in that show. I never watched it. Apparently it's quite good.
Like Lex.
Like Lex Luthor, right? Luthor, right? While he's at work, it seems that Vic and Walt are organising a campaign to force the Kranks to decorate their home with Christmas lights and obviously the coveted, very special, important Frosty.
Yes.
Basically, they're worried about Hemlock Street losing its coveted award for best decoration, so every house must be decorated.
Yes, they are very concerned about this. And at this point, I have noted down that I didn't understand what a Frosty was. Like, I wasn't sure.
They haven't said.
They didn't explain it very well because I assumed that it was a snowman decoration. But I was like, is their one the only one? Is that why they're so adamant about it?
I literally had it here. Are they the only ones with a Frosty? Because everyone's freaking out. But it turns out, so what I told you a minute ago about everyone having a Frosty and what Frosty actually is, we don't know yet.
No,
by the
they've
way.
not
It's
explained.
not really brought up until later on.
No.
Which is mad.
It is weird.
Unless they're trying to create mystery and intrigue, but it's just a bit stupid to know, just say.
Yeah, a bit of explanation would have gone.
One line. That's all you need.
Yeah.
How many times have we said that here?
Quite a lot.
One line could add a wee bit of depth here and there, you know?
Yeah, come on, Chris, step it up.
Vic even offers to actually put Frosty up himself, doesn't he?
He does, which actually I thought wasn't a bad idea.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's a nice offer, but we're not doing it.
I know.
So just respect that and do one! You know what I mean?
See, I think, if this happened in real life, we would fall into the patterns of I would be Nora and you would be Luthor.
Oh, no, 100%. I'd be putting out like a sign, I'd be putting out this big sign in the garden that says Christmas is shit or something like that.
Yeah, and I'd be taking it back in.
Instead of the Christmas decorations that the kids like to see.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, I couldn't do it. We get letters and notes for the local kids when we put our Christmas stuff out at Christmas time.
Oh, honestly,
And
my
it's
wee
the
heart
best.
melts.
I'll absolutely love it.
So good. Okay.
The same kids were here just for Halloween.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy that we become the go-to house for fun and frivolity.
Okay, who would have thought?
I know.
Looking at me.
Aye. Knowing the grumpy sod you are in real life.
But humbug, screw Christmas. No.
No, never.
And I know. But I can understand why he gets caught up in it as much as the neighbours do.
Definitely, yeah.
But Vic's like, if you just leave him out on the front lawn, we'll do it, you know?
Yeah.
But Luther's still like, no, because she's calling Luther at this point while he's at work. But Luther still refuses. Basically, again, as a matter of principle, he doesn't want to do it. He's saying, nah, they should let us not have Christmas. And he is correct to a degree. But Nora tries to leave the street. She basically has to sneak out the house to try and drive up the street to stop them harassing her about missing Christmas decorations.
Yeah, I don't think Nora needs to take it as far as she does, where she's like wrapped up in like a disguise, like it's still her car.
To be fair, I think she kind of does. They are acting that rad. She's trying to sneak out without them seeing her. They're all gathered outside her house. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, okay.
It's horror movie-esque.
A wee bit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Vic grabs onto her car window and tries to talk to her, but she speeds up. And takes Vic with her because Vic gets his fingers stuck in the car and Cat again was folded.
It was funny.
You didn't have to justify it.
It was funny. So he got his fingers stuck in the electric window and then he fell because she sped up and just the gloves were left in the window.
Aye.
And that just had me tickled.
It's car window bands, kind of like Hubie Halloween, where he's just like, hey, he's got an offer on it at the deli. I said it's going to be a riot. And that's funny as hell, no?
Yeah.
Well, at least we found it funny. Others clearly no. But
hey, what can I say? I've got an interesting sense of humour.
You find funny what you find funny.
Exactly.
Fact. It's like when me, you and Rob went to see Final Destination and we were laughing our heads off at the back of the cinema.
It's funny.
It is funny. I feel those movies are purposefully supposed to be like that.
I think particularly that last one is definitely leaning really
quite
into the comedy.
self-aware.
Yeah, definitely.
So Nora and Luther meet at the mall and they're having a dinner or lunch or whatever at an Irish pub.
Yeah.
And Luther presents them with new swimwear.
Ooh la la.
And she's like, oh, I'm not wearing that on the cruise. And he's like, they're no for the cruise. I'm like, oh, what are they for then?
Yeah.
And it's because they're going to go tanning.
Going to go get a tan.
So they're heading downstairs to the tanning salon. They're on the escalator. They're in the mall. And I love this little monologue for Luther where he's chatting about his fish tacos. And I can't agree more. One, because I'd never eat fish tacos. And I sure as hell wouldn't be eating them for an Irish pub. You know what's odd? Is when an Irish pub serves fish tacos. I don't get that. I got a little heartburn. I don't think I'm going to do that again. Here it is right here. Come on. Follow me and don't mention her eyes. So they're heading to the tanning place and he's referring to Daisy, the tanning lady.
Yes, the attendant.
She has like, what can I say?
Donald Trump's eyes.
Yeah. And but they're very, very white round her eyes.
Yes,
and the rest
got
of her
very
face is like
pale
bronzed.
eyes, and the rest is deeply tanned.
That is funny though. Yeah.
It is, and also I love the fact that like in that monologue, it kind of also feels that Luther's trying to keep Nora from noticing where they're going. He's really trying to steer her and keep her attention so that she's just like, right, come on, let's go in.
It's like me when we're at Ocean Terminal, I'm trying to steer you towards Starbucks. I don't have to steer you towards Starbucks. That's a lie.
You don't have to ask me twice for coffee.
Nope. Do you know what though? There's something about malls that's Christmassy.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say it. Malls, there's something Christmassy about them.
Yeah.
Now, we're normally in one because we're going to the cinema.
Yes.
Right? But do you remember Ocean Terminal's decorations used to be the best?
Oh,
I used to love
be
it.
Wonderful. They used to be so good.
We were there the other day. They're up, but they're no grand like they used to be.
No, it definitely feels a bit sad.
That's it. When you go to St James Quarter, they'll have it going on.
Yeah, they've got that weird big star, like the spaceship out of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, what?
Like, you know, the
Nova
Core ships.
I didn't remember this. We were there last year at Christmas,
Well, we'll have to go up again.
Well, we're going up anyway.
Yeah, that's true. We are going up.
So,
we'll see it. But yeah, I think I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, there's one of the Nova Core ships.
You see that a lot when you're at Epcot, that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I know exactly what you mean. But no, like, there is something Christmassy about malls, and there's something Christmassy about shopping at Christmas.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I think, there's different shopping trips you take at Christmas. There's the food shop, and it's all very exciting, but can I get all our stuff delivered?
Would you?
But actually, one of the things that I enjoy us doing at Christmas is the shop for the food bank.
Yes, yeah.
Because that feels like the most Christmassy thing you could possibly do is go to the shops and buy all the stuff. We normally get one of everything.
Yeah.
For the food bank.
Yep.
And some treats like what they call the things where you got the sweets.
The selection box.
That's it. Those.
Yeah.
And bits and bobs as well, and advent calendars and stuff. So like,
so
I think there is a nice side to shopping at Christmas as well.
I think
it's not just buy. You know what I mean?
I think that's it, and I think it's because you're going out to buy for somebody else. It feels nice.
That's it. That's probably what it is. That's why it feels different, maybe.
Yes.
So when they get into the tanning place, they have a wee chat with Daisy, don't they? And it is. I enjoyed the dialogue here because it was silly and fun.
Yeah, I also enjoyed it. And Daisy is a class act. I love her.
I'm not sure she's a class act, but she's
definitely not. She's a Raj.
Why would we get a tan before the cruise? I thought the whole point was to get a tan during the cruise.
Look at our skin. We kind of look like uncooked chicken.
You look like a corpse. And you could use a little help yourself.
Way to make yourself popular, Daisy.
I know. Did he hold back? So funny, honestly.
You look like a corpse.
Especially because she's so tanned.
Totally.
So tanned.
Oh, dear. But once they get into the tanning place, Nora has a bit of a mare.
She does.
She's trying to tan, and some wee man comes into the tanning place. Now, this wee guy absolutely crapped me up.
He crapped you up?
No, this wee man absolutely cracked me up because the noises he made. How weird was it?
Oh, it's so weird. The whole situation is weird.
The guy just sort of comes in and he's like, ooh, yeah, ooh. Actually, do you know what? I've got the sounds. Hold on.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
So that's her bumping her head, right?
Yeah, because she gets a fright because this guy wanders in while she's tanning.
That's it. And he seems somewhat mortified himself as well.
He does. Why is there not a door though and just a crappy curtain?
I don't know.
The whole thing's weird.
It is weird. And he makes mare noises. Hold on.
Oh, I know. The whole thing is weird, but also like the fact that Nora bumps her head and cuts her head open.
She does, aye. So now it's very unfortunate because now she's busted her head open and she's got to have to go and see Daisy to get a plaster.
Yeah.
And Daisy's like just vacant as ever. Yeah.
She's got headphones on. She's not even listening
No,
properly.
she's not. She actually takes the headphones out. Say, like, Daisy, I need a heat plaster.
Yeah.
Specifically for my heat, apparently.
God, I think we ran out of heat plasters.
I know, that's it. But our first aid kit is huge. There's plasters for everyone. But this is the best bit. She goes out, she's in a wee baniki, and she turns round, and Father Zabriskie is there, who is the reverend, clearly, for the local church. And he looks at her, and she's standing there in a bikini.
Yeah, she's got the world's smallest towel.
Yeah, she's got a tiny little towel on.
An A4 sheet of paper. And she's like, I don't know which part to cover.
I know, it's so funny. I was like, quite honestly, if that happened to me and Hayley seen me, she'd be like, slay.
Yeah.
But be careful.
She'd be like, aye.
Slay, but be careful.
Look after yourself, yeah. Also, when Nora heads out to the desk to see Daisy is reading Kittens magazine.
Oh yeah, she's reading Kittens magazine. Need to get in about that.
Yeah, I would totally subscribe to that.
By the way, can I just say, right, speaking of magazines, thanks for bringing it up.
Oh.
A few weeks ago, I was talking about a website called Film Stories, right? Mm-hmm. I think it's when we did Child's Play. I'm not certain. I think it was one of the articles I read when we were doing that. Film Stories, right? So I'm on social media and I scroll through and I see this thing, an advert for a magazine, and it had a feature on I Swear, which is the film we spoke about before as well. So I bought it. I thought I'll get that. And this magazine is really good.
Oh, good.
Film Stories is an independent UK movie magazine full of articles of different stuff. It's class. So I've been enjoying reading it in the mornings, but film stories is a thing. I didn't know at the time. I thought it was just a wee website, but no, it's a full thing. But I would like to read Kittens magazine also.
Yeah.
What do you think the articles are like? This week's cutest kitten, submissions for people with pictures of their cats.
I think that's...
articles about cat behaviour, amusing stories about cats.
Yeah.
Cat news. News.
Cat horoscopes, maybe.
Cat horoscopes, aye, that's quite good, aye.
Yeah.
See, we could make Kittens magazine.
Yeah, I'd have fun making Kit magazine. Never mind reading it.
I know, that's it.
That's it. We'll be millionaires.
That's it. Kittens magazine, come in 2026. I was going to say 7, just to be realistic. Like.
Yeah, maybe even add another one on.
Listen, this thing keeps us busy enough.
I know.
Right?
Yes.
Do they need to be making a magazine or not?
No, we've not got time for that.
This is like an audio magazine.
It is like an audio
That's what
magazine.
a podcast is, sort of.
Yeah, that's a very good way of describing it.
Thank you. One thing you mentioned, Kat, is how did Luther know Daisy?
Yeah.
So when they rock up to the tanning place, Daisy's like, "Oh, hey, I'm Mr. Allen." I don't know what's his surname.
Krank.
Of course. Oh my God. Oh, an idiot.
You've done a me.
Oh my Lord. Right. Aye, sorry. Krank. But she seems to know who he is. She's like, "Oh, Mr. Krank," and that.
Yeah, they do seem to know each other, and I was like, how have they bumped into each other? And I was like,
I was wondering whether he's went down there before heading for lunch to scope it out and be like, "Oh, I'm thinking about bringing my wife here." Okay.
I think so. And when we had a very brief chat about this, and then we cut it off because we'll talk about it here.
Yeah.
And you were saying about how when they approached the desk to begin with, Luther says that he got a deal where it's something like 12 sessions for $60 or something. And we were like, is that a good deal? Is it not? No idea. But so yeah, I think you're totally right. I think he's gone down and spoke to Daisy about it.
Also, is that part of the money? That means they're now dipping into that extra money.
Yeah,
because they're going to spend money getting tans.
Totally. Andy's bought the underwear. Now Andy's bought the swimwear.
Yeah, that's also money.
Also money.
You know.
All starting to rack up, eh?
That's it. This skipping Christmas lark isn't quite going as smoothly as he'd hoped, clearly.
So Luther very helpfully comes out to check that Nora's all right. And he comes out in his little Speedos. He's very golden.
He's bronzed.
He's very bronzed. To check she's all right.
This isn't the only sort of cosmetic thing he's going to do in the rest of the movie.
No, he's clearly on a rejuvenation mission. And while talking...
Is that just another way of saying midlife crisis?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
When he comes out, the father's talking to both of them and says that it's shame on them for trying to skip Christmas.
Yes, but they shouldn't be shamed, so eat shit, mate.
Yeah, you tell that to the father.
I will.
At Christmas.
Yeah, watch me, right?
Oh, God.
Stop shaming me for no liking Christmas.
It's hard to take you seriously when you say that with a turkey hat on.
Oh, yeah. Clearly Mr. Christmas over here. Yeah. I'm just trying to feel what it would be like.
Mr. Christmas.
I'm just trying to feel what it would be like to be in that position.
Yeah, I can see by your visceral reaction.
That's it. Screw that guy. But the Kranks have basically... So it transpires, the Franks... So it transpires that the Kranks have made the frickin' front page of the local newspaper.
Big deal. It's a big deal.
It's absolutely outrageous that they've made the front page of the paper.
It must be a
local paper. It's got to be.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is, I think, they hit a stage where he's going to start really leaning into this no Christmas thing even more now.
Yeah.
Because of the outrage for the local community.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The article basically has quotes for the neighbours, Nora gets pissed as well.
Totally. Nora's totally team anti-Christmas now as well, just because it's just like the neighbours are so inconsiderate from giving those quotes. Not pleased.
Nora's volunteering at what seems to be like a soup kitchen or something, like a food bank or sort of thing.
It is a soup kitchen, I think, because it's a Salvation Army.
Right. Well, she's volunteering there with Mary and Candy and Pippin as well. He's not an elf, he's a hobbit, right? Yeah. They arrive upset and they say that Bev is actually, her cancer's returned for the third time, so it is cancer that Bev has.
Oh, that's sad.
And this Christmas might be her last Christmas, so the local community are feeling it a wee bit, but just because this Bev lady seems like she's super nice, and so no wonder.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Luther goes to speak to Walt at this point and steps on the cat again. Because of course, yeah. And is talking to him about the article in the paper, and he's saying that the article contains a photo of the Krank house, so it must have been taken from Walt's house across the street. And Walt's kind of like, yeah, the guy wanted to take a photo of the street, and because Luther's like, how did he take that photo? And Walt was like, well, he went on the roof. Like, he's kind of just like, well, obviously, duh.
Yeah, I think it's, I know way. Like, I think it's quite funny because I'm like, I know how I'd do that shot now.
Oh, really?
Drone.
Of course you would.
I
That'd
know I
make much
mentioned
more
the drone a wee while. I think I mentioned it in a recent episode. I can't mind. I remember talking about it. But like, I find it mad. This was 20 years ago, right? Just
Yeah.
over, right?
Yeah.
And it's crazy that a drone, you wouldn't even think of that now. But a shot like that would take literally seconds to get.
I know.
Whereas back, I think that's what it was. I think I was talking about helicopters.
That's right.
And you used to have to hire them to get all these shots, but now you can get it with a drone and you can get it in 20 minutes.
Yeah, crazy.
Which is, by the way, how long the battery lasts. It's not up there very long. The
Oh, there you
battery goes really quickly.
Yeah.
But given the time, it's class how he's able to go, must have been for his roof, that bastard, I'm going to go and chat to him.
Aye, but you see if that was Walt,
Aye.
I'd be like, I did let him up on my roof to take a photo of your house because you keep kicking my cat.
I like, stop kicking my car, old man. That's what I'd be
Exactly,
like.
that's all it would take.
And then I'd run over the street and slap his car.
Yeah, just
Again.
for kicking my cat. Huh?
Aye. You kick my cat, I'll slap your car. That's why I did it.
Aye. One thing I do have to say though, in this scene, we're seeing the street at night and the lights do look lovely.
Right. I actually wrote here too, somewhere. Give me a minute. To be fair, right, their hate for there no being lights in that is actually valid when you see it.
Yeah.
When you see the street and you see that their house has just got nothing, it's like, oh, that's really annoying, eh?
Yeah.
It's like, remember in Bad Santa where they go to the house and they want them to decorate, they put the candles out in the street because the whole street do it.
Ah.
And he's like, we're Muslims. And then shuts the door in the guy's face.
No, I don't remember.
No, it's Billy Bob Thornton. It's like, we're Muslims. And just shuts the door.
There you go.
But it's like, it's the same thing, innit? Because you'd want that gap to be filled. But it's a funny one, isn't it? Like, what if you did have a family who didn't even celebrate Christmas, but you want the gap filled? Do you speak to them and say, we'll do it for you? Is that appropriate? Do you just leave it? What happens?
Yeah, it's a weird one.
It's actually an interesting thing to discuss. Like, is there a right answer to that? Do you just decorate anyway? Or do you say, well, this family didn't want to decorate? Did they celebrate Christmas? So no.
Yeah, I think.
But then I think probably it wouldn't happen. Like, we have families around here who just celebrated, a wee while ago, but celebrated Diwali. And it was class because there's fireworks everywhere. And yes, the dog doesn't like them, unfortunately, but these people are celebrating something that means a lot to them.
Yeah.
And we didn't moan.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, this is
so
it.
It's,
Yeah, I think that's it. And also, I know there's a lot of people who are not religious who celebrate Christmas anyway.
Oh, loads.
So, yeah, I think it depends on how you feel personally.
Totally. But I want that gap filled because it doesn't look right. That the fact is, and I think it's just because it's done well, actually, because it's quite impactful to see their house went on up.
Yeah, like, to be honest, decorating in the street, like, they obviously take it super seriously anyway, but it would be exhausting. I think I'd just leave my Christmas decorations up all year round and just flip the switch, turn them on.
When you see these
Christmas,
people, like...
Wild.
It's like Edward Scissorhands. We watched that recently, and it's like, he's on the roof, and he's like, he's like, jingle bells, and he's sitting, there's absolutely all hell's breaking loose downstairs.
Yeah, he's had a
But
great
he's the
time.
idea, because he's just stapling snow to the roof. Like...
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching Edward Scissorhands the other night again. It reminded me, I watched it a lot as a kid and I hadn't seen it for ages.
Yeah, I hadn't watched it for a very long time.
It's
It's
really
only the
good.
second time I'd ever seen it.
Aye, mentally.
At this point, Nora arrives as well, and she immediately heads up to Walt and gives him a hug and says, like, oh, she's really sorry because obviously she's heard about Bev.
Yeah, so they're having a right frickin' argument.
Yeah.
And then she comes up and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she hugs Walt and she strokes his face kindly.
Aww.
And then Time Allen, Luther's like that. Oh shit, what's going on? Like, it's like it takes him a second to catch on.
Totally.
And you must feel like a right fud if that was you. Like,
Especially when you're worrying about something so trivial as lights. When
I feel like,
that's
see, if that
going
was
on.
me and I was having that argument, I would immediately change demeanour and be like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, of course you would. Absolutely.
He doesn't do that.
No. No.
Listen, I feel like maybe he's going to make amends with Walt at some point. You never know. All right.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes. There's another example of the Kranks turning down Christmas offers at this point as well, where police officers are going door to door and selling calendars for numerous charities. They're listing the charities it's for, and it goes on for quite a while. And it's all really worthy causes like underprivileged kids and, shelters and stuff like that. And Luther's like, nah.
I don't know, they're not just any police. They're played by Cheech Marin, as in Cheech of Cheech and Chong fame.
Yes.
Who, by the way, pops up in so many movies.
He really
that
does.
That guy is bloody versatile, right?
Yeah.
He's amazing. To be honest, I don't know, when I see him, I didn't think of Up in Smoke. I didn't think of Cheech and Chong's next movie. I think of From Dusk Till Dawn. It's Cheech Marin's one of them. The other one's Jake Busey. Aye, so he's Gary Busey's son, and the thing I recognised him from most, and his face, in that Starship Troopers.
Ah, yes.
He plays the violin in that. And that film rules, man.
I've not not seen it enough.
Listen, I watched it when I was a kid. Everybody my age was watching that movie, and it was great, and it was aliens, and it was like, blah, it's good fun, man.
It is like a video game, but a movie.
That's a really good way of putting it. I've never thought of that. That is absolutely what it's like.
There you go.
Good shout on.
Have that one for free. Yeah, I felt the guilt trip that the police officers do was really well done. At this point, they lay it on quite thick.
Yeah, I mean, do you think this assumption that people should buy your shit actually happens?
Oh, yeah.
With charities and that?
Definitely.
Like we have, I'm not ashamed to say, we have a sticker on our door that says no door-to-door sales. And if we get someone come to the door, I point to that sticker.
Yeah, and I don't like it. I'll
if
never
I'm
buy
going to give
anything
to a
over
charity, I'm going to give to a charity. I'm not going to give to a charity for knocking on my door.
No, definitely. And especially
fact.
As a woman, it's quite intimidating when it's a man sometimes, but also they always try the cheap tricks and stuff like, oh, how old are you? And
yeah, I had this one
like,
guy when I stayed at mum and dad's. Now, mum and dad do not entertain them.
No.
Dad will just be like, I'm sorry, no.
Yeah.
But that's why we have the sticker. You'd have to have that awkward conversation. They see it, they don't come to the door.
99p, well spent.
Exactly. But I remember one guy sitting me, he's like, for kids, I think it was for a kids' charity. And he's standing at the door and he's like, he explained all this stuff and he went, and with that in mind, I'm sure we can count on your support then, eh? That's what he said. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, I'm not sure about that. I says, I didn't care if I want to give you my details while you're at the door.
Yeah, no.
You know?
I'm not giving you my bank details.
Never. No way.
It's like, there was one that we had not that long ago, actually. I think it was after we got the sticker. And this guy was like, oh yeah, you don't have to pay anything today. You can have a think about it, all that sort of stuff. Like, oh, and I'll just take your details. And I was like, well, I'm not giving you my details.
They do that. They try and slide it in casually. Yeah. You know, and by the way, we're not sitting here saying me and Kat didn't do charities because we very much do. We do a lot of charity stuff, but we don't do it when someone comes to the door.
No, we do it off our own choice.
And I'm pretty sure we're not the only ones.
Yes, I think that's very true. I do think the Kranks maybe could have still bought a calendar.
Yes, 100%, yep. But I think this has come just after the newspaper.
Yeah.
And being in the paper.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Kranky, what's his name? Luther, right? Luther's clearly decided to take this to the next sort of level. As in,
he's annoyed.
Well, now I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think that's partly why this has come at an unfortunate time.
Yes.
But you're absolutely correct. You need a calendar all year. You might as well buy one.
It's not just for Christmas.
Calendar's not just for Christmas, right?
At this point, a truck full of carolers turn up. Which
it's like a bus.
Yeah.
Truck sort of thing.
It is. It's like a pickup truck though, because it's not even got a closed back. It's just like they're piled in the
back.
back.
They're like cattle, literally.
Yeah, literally.
Christmas cattlers.
Yes. And Walt thinks it'd be a good idea to send them over to the Kranks' house to fill them with Christmas spear. Fill them with Christmas cheer.
But I mean, and then it feels like Luther and Nora get in immediate defence mode because it looks like they're having to go into lockdown or something because there's carolers outside and they have a bit of discussion as to what to do.
Oh, lovely.
It's not lovely, they're trespassing. Somebody set us up.
Trespassing?
Yes, they are. They were on our property. They weren't invited. Somebody told them to come. Sheila Frohmeyer.
Christmas carolers are not trespassers.
I know what I'm talking about here.
Well, why don't you have them arrested then?
I just may do that.
It's so funny. Like, it's so hyperbolic.
It's ridiculous. We'll get them arrested for trespassing.
Yeah.
Get them arrested for trespassing is exactly what Edward and Ezer. What's his name? Ebenezer Scrooge would do, yeah?
Yes, a modern Ebenezer.
That's it.
Yes.
We're encroaching on Ebenezer territory now.
We are.
Luther, get what I mean?
Yeah. So, as the I can't say carolers. What's wrong with me?
Carolers.
Carolers.
Okay, well, just roll into the right, try that.
As the carolers are outside the
That
Kranks.
wasn't angry enough. Try again.
As the carolers. As the carolers are outside the Kranks, the rest of the street join in to add a bit of peer pressure.
Oh, okay, it's obscene.
It is.
Even Walt's there too. Walt's one of them.
Yes, they all kind of pile in. At this point, Nora and Luther are sitting in his and hers armchairs. She is knitting and he's reading, and they've shut the blinds.
It's like us.
Yeah, but they've left the sort of side window curtains open, and you know what's coming.
Yeah, even when you're watching it, you know.
You know, but it's still funny.
It is. It still lands.
Yeah, and the carolers pop up at the window and carry on singing in a very horror movie style, and I loved it.
Cat burst out laughing.
I did.
Again.
It was funny. As I said, I knew it was coming. Still made me laugh. So after the horror movie pop up, Nora and Luther, feel the only option they have is to go and hide in the basement.
Right, away you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So they go and hunker down the basement.
By the way, I'm just going to say this. I would get them arrested for trespassing.
Oh, would you?
Aye. I'd be phoning the police to get it. No, to be fair, the police aren't going to help them anyway, are they?
Exactly. They've
No,
not bought a
after they pissed them
calendar.
off by not buying one of their sexy calendars. I'm assuming it's them in their underwear and that, is that right?
I hope so.
Cheech Marin in his underwear. I'll buy that calendar.
No, hard
every
pass
year.
on that
Every
one.
year, Cheech in his pants.
Well, guess what Mikey's getting for Christmas? I'll get on to Santa.
Then he make promises you can't keep now. Right?
Yes, and when they go downstairs, you see their giant Frosty.
That's no euphemism. It is a snowman light.
Yes.
Right?
Their Frosty still lives in the basement. And for some reason, they decided to give it this really sinister face when it's down in the basement.
It's because it's angry because it's not being used.
Yeah.
So remember this because it's important.
It is important.
Right?
Yes.
It's not important really, but it is to me. Right?
Not super important. But it did remind me of, you know, the scene in Home Alone where Kevin goes down to the basement
And
and
the furnace is all like raging.
It gave me that sort of vibe. And I was like,
I always wondered in that movie why they had a fireplace in the basement. I was always confused when I was a kid. I was like, what's that about?
oh, it's very cold in Illinois, apparently.
I know,
So
but
they
it's
need
like a
furnace.
fire. I didn't know what a furnace was. Like at the time when I watched that movie, we lived in a flat and there was only heating in one room,
Yeah.
which was the living room. You just had to.
Back in 1992.
You did. We had. I know. Genuinely, it was one of those things where Pete and I would get a bath and then we'd get shoved right in front of the fire
Aw,
to stay warm while we like dried in that. Our towels ruined us.
cutie pies.
So I don't know about that. But it's kind of wild. So I never understood when I watched Home Alone. Home Alone. When I watched Home Alone, right? When I watched Home Alone, right? When I was a kid, I was like, what is that monster in the
Yeah.
basement? It confused me and I didn't really get it until I was older.
Yeah, I was the same actually because I thought it was like a big sort of grill
Yeah.
when I was a little one because you know in Beauty and the Beast, the sort of range cooker,
Aye.
it
it's
kind of
cool.
looks like that.
It's a character in the movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
The cooker's like a
So-
guy. It's like an anthropomorphic cooker.
Yeah.
But anyway, they've not got a furnace, they've got a freaky ass Frosty.
Yeah, they
Freaky
do.
Frosty.
Freaky Frosty. So the children of the street start a picket led by Vic's son Spike, and they seem to be a bit of a campaign to try and get Frosty back.
Yeah, Spike seems to be the leader of this gaggle of Rajes, Gaggle Raj. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And he's putting signs up. He's phoning bloody Luther.
Yeah.
He's phoning Luther's house all the time,
He
all
is.
like justice for Frosty or something.
We
like that.
want Frosty.
We want Frosty.
We
Free
want
Frosty and all that.
Yeah, he's really going hard for it.
He goes hard on the Dewey vibes here.
He
actually.
does. But Luther's having none of it. So Luther has got an anti-Christmas campaign on the go now. He's trying to keep everybody off his property by like making his path really icy. And he's doing it to try and stop the carolers from coming back.
Aye, as well as the cat.
Yes, he does spray the cat and it transpires. He freezes the cat solid.
He freezes the cat solid and it's really funny and then you see the CGI eyes and it was really stupid. They shouldn't
Yeah,
have
they were
bothered doing that.
weird. I don't know why they bothered.
Was it the
doing that.
only bit of random CGI nonsense they threw in? They threw one in right at the end, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, they did. So the carolers, so he's freezing the path, he's getting all wet during the day, and then the carolers come back at night and they all scatter on the icy path,
Aye.
which of course had me folded.
It's funny.
It is funny. And what also added to the funniness was the frozen cat, which made me laugh also.
Yep.
And Nora goes out to try and help them and she slides through them like a bowling ball through the pins. And that just made me laugh. At this point, we go to the hospital and we see Nora is there reading to the kids and she's reading them The Grinch. And I would pay to hear Jamie Lee Curtis do an audiobook of The Grinch.
Aye, that would be awesome. Like,
It was really cool. And it was nice. Like, Nora's always doing these nice things. Like, she's volunteering at the soup kitchen. She's volunteering to read the kids' Christmas stories. What's Luther doing? Putting icy paths.
working really hard.
Well, that's true. If they can afford $6,000 a year, he better work
Yeah,
hard.
he's got to be. And I don't think Nora works. I think that's why she does all this stuff.
Luther comes to see her at the hospital and has had some cosmetic procedures done.
So not only is he tanning now, he's also getting Botox.
Yeah, and he turns up in like the white suit with the rolled up sleeves that emphasises the tan even more with this
It's
kind of
outrageous.
Vulcan eyebrows on.
Yeah, right. Help me bust a myth, Kat.
Mhm.
Is Botox duck semen?
No, absolutely is not. No.
I heard somewhere that it was duck spunk that
I
there's
think-
people injecting it in their faces.
I think people were doing that, but that's not what Botox is. That was a different procedure. Botox is a botulinum toxin, so it's a bacterial toxin.
Right.
So it's the same thing as what causes botulism, and that's
So does
duck jizz do that too? Or?
No.
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 Basically, so you're saying to me, Botox is when people inject their faces with botulism?
Yes.
Fair enough, if it gets the results that they want. Sound.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what botulism does to you, is it paralyses your muscles. And that's why it's obviously can be very,
so essentially,
very
it's
fatal.
actually genius when you think about it. They're paralysing certain muscles to create an effect where you get what, less wrinkles or?
Yes, yeah. So there's less movement, so there's less wrinkles because you're putting less strain on the skin because it's not moving.
It's quite genius, actually.
It is quite
isn't it?
genius, but there's a lot of it that goes wrong.
Aye, of course, I've seen it, yeah. Seen it.
So, yeah, I think use with caution.
But hey, his has went alright.
His has been all right.
Apart from the
However,
eyebrows, I don't know what's going on with the eyebrows.
I think the eyebrows are to show that, like, there's
That
a bit
his
of a
head's sort of swollen. or
No,
something.
no. There's a stereotype that their forehead doesn't move and it lifts it a little bit.
Right.
That makes you look quite surprised. So I think them drawing those eyebrows on higher is
It's
supposed
just
to
a
make it.
gag.
Yeah, it's just an
A
emphasis on the
visual
Botox.
gag.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, fair enough.
But I think he's quite frightening looking at this point. So Nora kind of takes him away from the kids and they go and sit and have something to eat in the canteen. And it's so funny because Luther can't move the muscles in his face that he's basically trying to eat this, I assume, a fruit cup.
Yeah, we've watched this twice now, and both times you were in bits while watching while he's trying to eat.
Honestly,
It's funny though, it is funny.
it is so funny. The food's falling out of his mouth. He can't chew it properly.
It must have been an absolute riot to do.
Yeah, how they kept a straight face,
Aye.
I'll never know. It was honestly brilliant. And at one point, he's taking a fork to his face, like, it's fantastic. I can't feel a thing
Aye, just having his face.
with a
To be
fork.
fair, I've done that shit when I come back from the dentist, eh?
Yeah,
Had extensive dental work done this year.
you have.
And we're coming back like, can't look.
I can't feel this. We're great. There's one point where he was trying to drink some water as well, and that fell back out his mouth. That did give me the heave a wee bit, but that's just me.
Do you know what I was thinking here, right? He's dressed, he's got like a jacket. He looks like he's dressed for the 80s, right?
He is, yeah. He's trying to relive
And
his
I'm
youth.
like, right, is it mere tragic, right, to dress with a current trend to appear young, or to wear the trend that was a thing when you were young to appear young?
It's more tragic to dress in the trend that was popular when you were young.
Do you think so?
I do.
Now, I have avoided this because my style hasn't changed since I was about 16.
Yeah,
Jeans, t-shirt, hoodies,
sorted.
bosh. Also shirts.
Yeah,
I like a shirt.
yeah, you do like a shirt.
But largely my style has not changed.
Yeah.
And it won't change,
Yeah.
ever. And I'm okay with that. So I'll not run into this issue.
I don't think so. You've got your very own sense of style.
Ah, well, I don't
And
know if
that's
it's
okay.
a sense of style or lack of.
What really annoys me, and I think this is another check for the expense column,
Oh, aye.
is Botox is not cheap.
No, that's right. So now he's getting Botox, he's got tannin. Maybe this is supposed to be a gag.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
It isn't explicitly said, but they are spending money that is money that they didn't intend to spend because they weren't supposed to spend.
Exactly. I would be very annoyed with you if you did that and didn't tell me you were getting it done.
Aye, I think I'd get it done, to be fair. I'm alright looking like a punched ham.
You're not like a punched ham.
A wrinkly old man.
We finally hit Christmas Eve at last, and Luther and Nora are packing up for their cruise the very next day, getting excited. It's all good. Luther's got his tropical shirt on, which feels a bit premature, but anyway. And the phone rings, and it is from Blair. Lovely. So Luther answers and then goes, "Oh, hi, Blair," to which Jamie Lee Curtis just goes bananas. Yeah, Nora is very excited to hear from her daughter and takes the phone call in the other room.
She does. She flips out and she runs through to like the wee bathroom or something.
Yeah, I don't know
Sitting
whether
on
it's...
another phone. So
Yeah, she's sitting on it. I think it might be Blair's room.
Aye.
But yeah, certainly on another phone. So they're both on the phone to Blair at the same time, who is announcing that she is in Miami as a surprise. She's just landed to come
Coming
home for Christmas.
and she can't wait to have her multiple favourite things.
Yes, much to Luther's chagrin and Nora's horror, she is coming home for Christmas, but also not alone. She is bringing with her her Peruvian boyfriend, Enrique, who has just asked her to marry him.
I'm not going to lie, I was very sceptical about this Enrique lark.
Yes.
I was like, she's went to Peru, she's met this guy and she's bringing him home for Christmas. What's going on? This is too fast.
Yeah, but
he wins me over. I'm just saying, right now.
Well,
Enrique's actually all right.
Can I assuage your concerns a little bit more?
Go on then.
And that it transpires that this is somebody that she has gone to university with.
Right.
But so they end up on this Peace Corps programme together, but he's always gone home for Christmas.
Right.
So they've known each other for a while, but they've
Right.
not been together.
Okay.
So I think the engagement is quite fast.
But they've actually known each other
They've
for a
actually
while.
known each other for a while.
Fair dues.
So yeah, she lays it on thick that Enrique's never had a proper American Christmas before, so is expecting...
So we're going to have the best Christmas ever for Enrique.
Yeah, so she's expecting the Christmas Eve party with this special ham, with all the decorations up and Mr. Frosty, and she lays it on really thick and you can just see the horror coming across the Kranks' face.
Yeah, this is sort of the third part of the story, I guess, because you get, we've got the initial part where they decide to skip Christmas. Then we've got neighbours get very upset and there's conflict.
Yes.
And now we've got the Blair's coming home, oh shit, what are we going to do part?
Yes, that's it. We're in
it's
the
quite
third
a simple
phase.
structure.
Yeah.
But, I'll just say now, regardless of that, the film doesn't really seem to have a tangible plot.
Yeah.
There's nothing to really get your teeth stuck into.
Yeah, I agree.
It feels sort of meanders. It's like you're watching a series of sketches or something.
Yeah, I get that. I think that's a very fair critique.
Anyway, sorry, that's for later on.
So, yeah, but Blair does ask if they're having the party and if they're doing all their usual stuff. And Nora's like, yes, we absolutely are.
Like, I say this all the time, Cass. I say it all the time. Communication is key in life, right?
It is.
I used to say it at work all the time when I'd get annoyed that people weren't communicating. I say it in families where families didn't communicate enough. Communication is absolutely key. If she knew they were going on the cruise,
Yep.
she wouldn't be coming home and this wouldn't be a problem.
Yes.
And they could have been in the Caribbean for Christmas.
They could have been snorkeling.
That was good.
Thanks.
That was better than the attempt I made earlier, I'll tell you.
Absolutely. I've missed my calling in life.
Okay, you should be a Foley guy. Mick Foley, that's what I'm going to start calling you now.
But yeah, Luther's very dismayed when she says yes because he can just see his holidays slipping out his hands.
Luther's sort of conflicted, but at the same time, we didn't really get any insight as to how pissed he is or if he's actually upset.
No.
You can't actually read it at all.
No.
So, like, the way it's brought across to you is Luther upset? Because he just kind of like, oh, she's coming home, cool, right, great. He doesn't seem overly happy the fact that she's coming home.
No.
Equally, he doesn't seem sad that he's missing out on the cruise.
Yeah.
So it falls flat a little bit in that regard, I think.
A wee bit, yeah. So Nora and Luther are scrambling to try and organise everything.
You forgot about the most important part. After they announced that Christmas is back, we got a shot of Frosty in the basement, and now he's got a big smile on his face.
We do.
Frosty is dynamic. He's got a dynamic face range.
Yeah, he's haunted.
Yeah, I think he is. He's a demon. Demon snowman.
But yes, they decide to divide the labour because we've only got 12 hours to get everything organised now, where Nora tasks Luther with decorating the house and she's going to go and tackle all the stuff they need for the party. So, good division of labour.
Listen, they've got to do something here. They've only got that long to turn it around. Is it Christmas Eve yet at this point?
Yes, it's Christmas Eve.
Outrageous. That's not enough time.
It is not enough time to hold a party that very night. We'll see how they get on. So to begin the preps, Luther goes to try and get a tree. So he goes back to the Boy Scouts.
Some cheek, like,
totally.
Go somewhere else, Luther, unless there isn't somewhere else.
There might not be. It is Christmas Eve.
Or do what we did and have a 30-plus-year-old Christmas tree that we use every year.
Our artificial tree is an antique in some respects.
That tree we had back in my childhood home, which is from when I was about 5 or something.
It's beautiful.
So 30 plus years old, and we've taken good care of it.
I love that tree.
And you can use it every year. Now you don't have to worry about going to buy a tree, Luther.
See, this is it. But it's a very American thing to have a real tree.
It is. But then saying that, I know a lot of people who have real trees.
Yeah.
Loads of people prefer them. That's cool. This isn't a war. Real tree versus fake tree. I'm just saying, if in this situation, if they had a false tree, wouldn't it be a problem with it?
Yeah, exactly. There's not like they've got space to store it.
Also, I've noticed a gaping pothole here, right? He's freaking out trying to get a tree. You see trees in the gardens all around. I'm just going to cut one down, your Raj.
That is criminal damage.
But what if it's his own tree? I'm pretty sure he's got his own tree in his garden. Get a chop down, get it in the house. How much does Christmas mean to you if you're not willing to do that?
Well, that's a fair point. But he decided he's going to get one from the Boy Scouts because that's what they clearly always do. And as he drives up to the lot where they've been selling their Christmas trees, he hits a very sad looking tree, and it transpires that's the only one they've got left.
Yep.
And they've got a sign in the back that says like they were $75, they were $50, now they're down to $15. But because it's him, they say that it's $75.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
And the guy's so smarmy about it too. I found myself getting really annoyed here when I was watching the movie. I was like, you are a nurse. The guy that's the scout guy.
Yes, I've also said he's a butt. I said that he was a butt.
He is a butt. He's a smarmy butt, right? Come on, I'm going to go somewhere. I'll take my business elsewhere and I hope your whole facility burns to the ground.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
So that's, right?
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. There you go, that's them told.
I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just go, okay.
You do what Luther does, and Luther buys it anyway.
I wouldn't buy it anyway. I wouldn't do that.
Luther does.
I would have resorted to going and buying a fake tree at this point. Why the hell does he not do that?
Yeah.
You go to Asda, mate. There's loads of them.
Exactly.
The other day,
Also, there'll probably
hundreds of trees.
There'll probably be an offer because it's Christmas Eve.
Exactly.
Luther decides to buy the rubbish tree, and then when he drives home, he then launches it into the garden. He just throws it away because it's rubbish. Like, it's all the needles are off it. It's just basically a big twig.
And he's just paid $75 for it. So bearing in mind now, I didn't care how much they're clocking up, but the money's adding up.
Yeah. So as he arrives home and chucks the tree, he sees his neighbour packing up their car to obviously go away for Christmas. And he has the genius idea of borrowing his tree while they're away.
This neighbour's an absolute hoot.
Yes.
And they talk and they get on really well and they're chatting and that, and I'm like that. And it feels like we're supposed to have seen this guy already, but we have not seen this guy before.
So we've not spoken to this guy before. You do see him in the crowd scenes.
Aye, but these two haven't had a scene together.
No, they've never interacted.
And it kind of takes off and it's like, well, who's this guy? It's random. It feels so random.
It does feel odd.
Do you know what I mean?
Really odd. The neighbour's name is Wes Trogdon, and he's played by Mark Christopher Lawrence.
The name's Trogdon. Wes Trogdon.
So Luther has to do a bit of convincing, and Wes basically agrees as long as none of the ornaments are broken.
Well, okay, what's going to happen, eh? Got a sneaking suspicion.
Yes, none of the ornaments are broken, and it's back by the time they get home. And Luther says, absolutely, that's fine. So he gets the spare key off Wes to allow him to get into the house.
This is going to go well.
Yeah, this is going to go really well.
So Spike's sort of doing his picket thing at the Kranks because he's not given up on that bit of banter yet, right? So Luther sees him, and then I'm not even joking here. Straight out tackles him to death.
Yeah.
Right? Well, not quite, but he doesn't half hit him.
He really does. So Spike, when Luther approaches Spike obviously thinks, oh God, he's trying to chase me off. Instead of using his big boy words, Luther runs after him and literally rugby tackles him to the ground.
He tackles the piss out of Dewey, right?
He does.
And it's like, Spike, right? And it's like, I'm like, maybe he's just getting too hyped for Christmas Day football. He's like, got football tomorrow, I'm buzzing, I'm going to tackle the shit out of Spike.
I think it's more a Thanksgiving thing, football. Than...
They do football Christmas Day game.
Do they?
It's Christmas Day game, certainly now it's a big deal. In fact, last year it was a huge deal because it played on Netflix across the world.
Wow, I did not know that.
So, including here.
Oh, that's amazing.
So you can watch, I wanted to watch it, but we had fam, so.
Yeah.
I might stick it on anyway for bands in the background this year.
We'll see.
Aye, anyway, he's getting psyched for Christmas Day football on Netflix. Probably no Netflix 20 years ago. But. So anyway, he manages to get Spike, despite tackling him, to help him get the tree across the street. Well, Spike's got this wee wagon, so they're going to get the tree on the wagon and get it across the street. Nothing damaged. Nice and easy, drama-free.
Yes.
But unfortunately, that's not quite what happens. They go inside and for a start, they start breaking ornaments immediately. And it's Spike, and he's like, oh, for God's sake, is it an important one? He's like, no, I didn't think so. He's like, has it got writing on it? And it's got Baby's First Christmas. And Spike straight up just lobs it over his shoulder and you hear it smash into the background. He's not bothered.
Nah, it's broken. Done.
Spike doesn't give a piss about anything. It's great.
Over and done with.
It transpires that the neighbours actually think that Luther is robbing the house, and so the police are arrived, and Officer Marin and Officer Busey arrive and take him into their car. And he's sitting in the back of the car, and to be honest, thankfully, Spike turns up and he's like, actually, I had the key.
Yes.
But it's quite clear that the police aren't messing around because he never bought a calendar. Fact.
It's true. Yeah. That's why it's important to buy the calendar. Police bribery.
Nora's at the shop and she has an absolute mare. She's trying to get one of these tins of spam. It's like a big tin of spam.
Massive. It's a huge tin of spam.
It's a huge tin of ham.
Yeah.
Like you'd get tinned ham, right?
Yeah.
And there's this big fuss about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that a thing? A big special treat is to get a tin of ham. Like the kind of tin that it's like ham that we chop up ham, have it with fried rice, or have ham on a sandwich, or you can use ham. Spam fritters is a favourite, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't realise, is that what this is? Just a giant tin of ham?
I think so. And it's
certainly later on, what's his face? Luther actually is talking about the ham to one of the neighbours, and he goes into more detail about what it is, and it does sound like it's just a tin of ham.
Yeah, I think it is a tin of ham, and it's Blair's favourite, so of course it doesn't matter what it is, a mother would get it.
Let's just rephrase that as one of Blair's favourites.
Oh yeah, totally.
Because every 5 minutes it feels like Nora's gone, oh, that's Blair's favourite, we need to get that, it's Blair's favourite. So, to be fair, she's just being a mum and she wants her daughter to have a nice Christmas.
Totally.
Still. Anyway, she races against another lady to get the last ham.
Yes.
But this wifey gets the ham before her.
Yeah, God, because it's got quite fierce.
It does. It's a fierce competition. A bout, you might say. And when she gets to the till, there's another wifey buying one of these tins of ham, and she's like, here, I'll buy your ham.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, another expense. Just saying.
Yes.
And she does end up convincing them to buy the ham because she leaves the shop with it.
She does, but what she says to them is, because the woman's like, no, you can't buy our ham. Like to her husband, because Nora's talking to the husband and the wife's looking at him like, no way. And then she turns to her because she's carrying the baby and goes, it's never too early to think about baby's college fund.
She does say that, yeah.
So I dread to think how much they spend. How much would you spend on the last Christmas ham, Mikey? It's the last one.
You know what? I'll just pass on the ham.
Yeah, I think I would also just pass on the ham.
I'm not going to pay for that much for ham in a tin.
Yeah.
Even if, to be fair though, this is the factor we're not talking about here. She's worried the bairn's excited about it.
Yeah.
And is it worth paying so your bairn's not disappointed?
Yeah. But
maybe it's a life lesson. She is an adult child, right?
Yeah.
She needs to learn that she doesn't always get what she wants.
This is
and
it.
Christmas is the time to teach that lesson, right?
Okay. Yeah, we've both missed the point of Christmas.
Screw Christmas, it's cancelled.
All right, Luther.
I'm skipping Christmas. Sorry.
Not this year, you're not.
Nah, definitely no. Like, again, can't really be saying that looking like this.
No.
It's like to me here, it feels like supermarket sweep.
It does feel quite supermarket sweepy.
Used to love watching that. Dale Winton.
R.I.P.
Supermarket sweep. I used to watch supermarket sweep. My nana was one of my favourite things. And do you know how they used to have those big inflatable bananas? And it was
Yes.
like, this one, it would be a big inflatable tin of ham. And he'd pull it off and it would have £50 on
It
it.
was always £50.
That was me doing Dale Winton. Wasn't it
£25.
great? £55. 55, did you say?
25.
Oh, I thought you just added on a fiver. You're like, 50's not enough.
No, 55.
Must be 55. Inflation. But it's I just had in capital letters in my notes here. Ham stress.
Yeah, it was very stressful.
And then she leaves the shop with it and it goes flying onto the road and it gets splattered by a truck.
It really does get absolutely decimated.
I actually found it. I think it's really fun and satisfying to watch this tin of ham get decimated to the point where I feel it should be one of these moments where they showed you it in repeated shots for different angles.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's maybe know what the director here, Joe something or another, was
Joe
going.
Roth.
Joe Roth was going for.
Yeah,
But can you imagine if it was like?
that would have been quite impressive.
Anyway, I enjoyed watching it a second time, and it's how quickly it goes from a tin of ham to nothing.
Yeah.
It's the split set. You can't even. It's just like boom,
Yeah.
gone.
That £5,000 ham, gone.
Is that what you're assuming she's paid for?
Yeah.
If that's the case, we're way over how much that we're going to spend on Christmas now.
With Luther's Botox alone.
Luther's Botox, tannin, fish tacos, and a tin of ham has put them over. This is the second most famous ham in TV and film after the rum ham from It's Always Sunny.
I've got another ham to
aye.
enter the Matrix.
The Matrix has a ham.
No. I've got another ham to enter into the competition.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were like, in the Matrix there's a ham, and I didn't even remember that bit.
No ham in the Matrix.
Right, cool. It's already confusing enough. Didn't he go adding ham to the equation?
Yes.
Hickory smoked barbecue or otherwise, right?
But, of course, it's our perennial favourite, The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
It's still good. It's still good. It's just a little wet ham.
Oh, the pig.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a little airborne. It's still good. It's still good. Great. Nora comes in and she's absolutely enraged at Luther and just at the general situation because he was supposed to get a tree. He's got this borrowed tree that is battered to shit in the corner of the room with broken ornaments that aren't theirs.
Yeah.
She's like, what are they? They're not my ornaments.
Yeah.
And it's not going very well at this point.
No, it is not. And Luther makes the mistake of mentioning the ham. And
Yeah.
she's absolutely livid. She just turns around and goes, don't mention the ham.
She does do that, and then she says that she's got a trout.
Yeah, she's got smoked trout instead. How delightful.
Yeah, and she's like, it's trout. And then she says this line, and me and you were like, baffled. She goes, it's better than frozen pizza.
It is 100% not better.
It is not better than frozen. Didn't you give me trout?
No.
I want that frozen pizza, please.
Yes.
So between the trout and the missing hickory honey ham, the crappy tree, things aren't going great for their Christmas revival, really, are they?
No, they're really not.
Nora tells Luther to put Frosty up on the roof.
Why the roof? Why the roof?
No idea. We had a chat about this before. This is one of these plot points that does not make sense.
No.
And the only other thing I think is that they're putting it on the roof because there is a lack of other Christmas decorations out in the garden. So they're like, we'll put it on the roof and it'll be more grand. Arguably, I'd say it would look better in the front garden or the roof.
I agree with you.
But hey ho, it's not my movie. But it is a part of the plot that makes very little sense.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, she goes to the liquor store to get drinks for the party.
Yeah.
When she's in there, she bumps into this guy in the shop who seems to know her and the family.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know who he is. And he's an odd little man, but he seems relatively well-meaning.
He does, and he seems lovely. He does seem to know him well because he's like, oh, how's Blair? And
yeah, but it's a bit creepy.
it is a wee bit
Just
weird.
a little bit, but only at the moment. So
Yeah.
this plot does go somewhere.
It does.
Which I was concerned about initially because it felt like it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And it just dips in and out, and there isn't really a tangible plot line for Marty. It just pops up.
Yeah.
It really, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he seems to know everything about them, and she's like, well, do you want to come to the party?
Yeah, she's desperate for
Well,
anybody
she's
to come.
desperate for people to come. She invites Marty.
Yeah, and he says, oh yeah, you live in Hawthorne, right?
Yeah.
Which is a bit weird. That would give me the heebs.
Aye, totally. I'd be like, no, I live on Buchanan Street. Bye. And
Yeah,
I'd
I'd be
sleep.
like, oh, actually, I forgot we cancelled the party.
Aye, also there's
Sorry.
no party, I lied.
Yeah.
Enjoy your booze and then sleep. As predicted, putting Frosty on the roof does not go well.
No, it
and
does
it's
not.
literally the only reason for that plot line being here is for this. But yes, Luther and Frosty fall off the roof, and it had me thinking at this moment in time, I've seen this movie before.
Oh?
The Santa Claus. Because that's what happens.
That is what happens.
Flying off the roof and he becomes Santa, and I'm like, is this where it goes? Is this a prequel to the Santa Claus?
Imagine if he just started turning into Santa.
It would be class.
Yeah. You could cut it here and then go straight into the Santa Claus. That'd be cool.
I love that movie.
Me too.
The Santa Claus. It's
Yeah.
no Christmas without it for us, eh?
No.
Saying
love
that, I say that about a lot of movies.
It's true.
But you know what's weird? See when he's hoisting Frosty onto the roof?
Yeah.
He's got a frickin', you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
He's got a frickin' noose round his neck.
He does.
Is that supposed to be for comedic value? I found it a bit odd.
I also found it quite odd. I think it's a weird one where I think it's the only way to get it up on the roof.
It looks like a cartoon noose, though. It looks like something you'd see. You know what I mean? It doesn't look real.
It doesn't look like it's something you've done quickly. It looks like something you've got prepared. Which
It
makes
looks like
even weirder.
a decoration you'd put out at Halloween.
Yeah,
Right.
and I maybe thought that if they'd used it earlier in the movie and like he'd hung Frosty off of the roof, like in a noose, that would have been like, oh, the neighbourhood's an outrage and all that sort of stuff. But we weren't going down that angle.
I hate Christmas so much I'm hanging Frosty.
Yeah, but no, we didn't go there.
He damages the tiles on the roof as well when he's up there, and that causes me great stress.
It made me quite distressed as
I
well. I
was
was
genuinely
like, oh my
wincing.
God.
I was like, oh mate, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was like, not only is this a health and safety nightmare,
And then
but
for some reason, when it falls off the ceiling, it's got frickin' demonic eyes.
it does.
You were right, this thing is a demon.
Yeah,
Right?
it is.
So because Luther's fell off the roof, the emergency services get involved. Don't
They do.
Now this cracked me up, right? They arrive, Nora comes home and she's like, oh God, are you alright? And then an ambulance comes running in and a frickin' fire engine and all the rest of it. And the whole street turn out to see what's going on.
As you would.
But I noticed this, and Kat never noticed it.
I
We
didn't
ended up
notice
putting
it.
it back a couple of times, and then you saw it. There's firemen getting out with a ladder, and one of them spins the ladder around and absolutely twats one of the other ones in the face with the ladder. Hey,
It really
poor guy
does.
gets hit in the face, and it's like dunk. And now, when we've watched it a couple of times, I can't unsee it. I'm waiting for the guy getting hit.
It's brilliant.
It's like the stormtrooper that bumps his head in
Yes.
Star Wars all over again. But also, when he gets hit, there's a little sound, which obviously absolutely had to highlight it. It's mad. It actually hits him, but it's not just a wee mistake that isn't even taken out of the movie. It's also audible, and it's also not part of the movie because it's not referenced and no one sees it or says anything about it.
No.
So it wasn't meant, it was an accident.
Yeah.
But it actually makes that sound. He gets thumped in the
He
face.
proper gets thumped. It was a great spot by you, Mikey. Great spot.
I don't normally notice these things, to be fair. But at this point, it's established what's going on and why Luther's frantically trying to decorate the house.
Yeah.
And the neighbours and Vic and everyone else come out in full force to help him and Nora get the house ready for Blair coming
Yeah.
home. And he's like, when's she coming home? And then he just takes charge because
He
he's
does.
the mayor.
Yeah, because he's the mayor of the street.
We've decided he's
Yeah.
mayor, right?
Yeah.
Of the street. I know you keep adding that in. So yeah, he's the
Yeah.
mayor of the street.
Just the street.
But anyway, I was like, did Aykroyd just go from dickish menace to Christmas hero
Yes.
in a split second?
Yes, I think he did. He's so good at coordinating everybody.
But that's because now they're on board with Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's what he wanted.
That is what he wanted, yeah.
Do you know
so
what I mean?
quite manipulative.
Well,
Bit
to a
toxic.
degree, aye.
It's weird though, because like he's like, right, we need food. Who's got turkeys? And then there's just a woman who's like, I've got 2 turkeys. Right.
And they're in the oven right
And
now.
they're in the oven.
So you've got 2. Like, aye, like who's got 2 turkeys in their oven?
Aye. Also, who's leaving the turkeys just on? Well, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go and see if my neighbour's dead.
I know, and it's like, so that basically the community, everybody helps and mucks in to get the food sorted and the house sorted, and they arrange for Blair to be picked up by the police officers, because Frohmeyer's like, let's get that done. Frohmeyer / Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
He's like, let's get that done. And as they band together, it starts to snow as well.
It does. It looks lovely.
It is. It's getting proper Christmassy now. When they're setting up the house, Luther's got like cinnamon sticks. I think it's Luther, because I've just
It
talked
is
about doing it.
Luther. Yeah.
And he's like, I think he thinks they're dupes, because he's like, well, what's this? Is this legal? I say something about it.
Do you know, it really annoyed me. This bit, I'm easily miffed as it is.
Aye.
Right? And you see everybody else pulling like a proper shift, like try to get their house decorated, getting stuff up in the basement, try to organise food, and then Luther is fanning about with these cinnamon sticks.
He's
right?
fanning about the cinnamon sticks and he's throwing bubbles into the tree. Blair calls to say she's landed early.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
Great. What a tailwind.
I know, that's what he's like, because it's like they've arrived super early. So the police, the two officers, Cheech and Jake Busey, are waiting for Blair with a sign. But the sign that they're holding absolutely cracks me up, because it's got Blair, and one of them, Cheech's one, and the other guy's got Enrique, but it's just like N-R-E-E-K-Y. Enrique. That's amazing.
Yeah. So funny, honestly.
Love it. The stranger for the liquor store turns up and introduces himself as Marty.
Yeah, so he's joined the party.
I realised that Marty's joined a party. I also realised, I'm sorry, I said Marty earlier because I knew his name. But yes, his name is Marty, the strange wee man for the liquor store.
Yeah.
Spike gets a message to the police to tell them to stall Blair to give them more time to prepare for the party.
Yes, he does, using his ham radio.
And to be fair, the best part of the airport pickup is the Ramones' Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight.
Love that one.
Is on, and I absolutely love that as a Christmas tune. It is definitely one that's on our Christmas playlist.
It is.
Every year. The Ramones did a Christmas song. Check it out. Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight.
It's so good. You'll not regret it.
Yeah. It's proper Christmassy, yeah.
It is.
But anyway, the other thing here was there's this mad, brutal, choppy editing going on during this. I don't know why they did it, and it sticks out like a sore thumb. And
It's
it wouldn't have
awful.
stuck out as much if they'd done the cool thing I said with the ham when it got hit by the truck.
Yeah.
Because this wouldn't have been as jarring.
Yeah.
But it's nauseating.
Oh, it's awful. Honestly, I don't know why they did it. It's such a terrible choice.
Cat was pissed.
I was annoyed. I was really annoyed because it doesn't tie in with any of the rest of the film. It's a totally different vibe.
Aye.
It's not necessary. They could have cut the whole section. Unnecessary. Oh, that's something we should mention actually, is that when Marty arrived, he brought one of the hickory honey hams, the coveted hams. He brought an extra tin of it.
Marty.
Yeah.
Hero.
He's a hero.
When they're driving in the snow, the two police officers, really slowly, Jake Busey's like, can we not go any faster? Somebody says it in the car.
Yeah.
And Cheech is like, sorry, I'm calling them by their names because I didn't even know what their names are. Their officer names are not. He makes a wild face and he's like, you want to celebrate Christmas under the mistletoe or in a body bag? It's like trying to give you some serious message here. Didn't go speeding in extreme weather.
No.
Or at all. It's dangerous.
Yeah. Especially when they're trying to stall her.
Exactly. Exactly. They're trying to stall her. They need to drive slow.
Yeah.
So, adult drunk child, as you have dubbed him.
My favourite character.
Included in the notes here. Adult drunk child. Plugs in the last light. The power goes out in the whole street.
The whole street. He ruins it.
So Luther asks Vic if he knows anyone from Con Ed, which is an energy company, allegedly.
Yeah, that's right.
Who could help. And then obviously Fromar's like, I do. Or he doesn't quite say that, but he does clearly know somebody.
Of course he does.
He knows everybody.
He's the mayor.
Because he's the mayor of the street. The police officers are taking their wee journey. They stop to check out a fake crime.
Yeah, just try and delay them more.
We see the police officers and obviously they're going to go slow trying to get back, and they stop to check out a fake crime to buy time.
Yes, that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Because I was trying to remember why the hell they did it in the first place. But it's to buy more time.
Mm-hmm.
As they go out to investigate, they come across an actual real burglary.
What are the chances?
In action, I know.
Yeah.
And they arrest the burglar who gets in the back of the car with Blair and Enrique. Enrique, aye.
Lovely. Just what you want when you've just arrived home. Your first impression of America, here's a burglar sitting next to it.
I love it though. They're taking the perp out, right? Mm-hmm. And they tackle him to the ground, and you just see Blair and Enrique in the back of the car, and their faces are just like, what?
They are horrified.
I know. Little do they know, obviously, he's about to get in the back of the car with them too, which you don't see, by the way, because you see them back home, and I was like, they must have been in the back of the car with that bloody burglar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you know when you're in a car, you're sitting uncomfortably close to other people.
You are.
Imagine it being just a random burglar that just picked up who's literally in handcuffs.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want that. Especially in the back of a police car that you can't open the door yourself.
No. Blair and Enrique arrive at the party.
Hey!
The Kranks are delighted to have them home, and the party starts off pretty strong, with Blair having no idea what's happened earlier that day.
To be fair, the community have really pulled together, and the house does look lovely. The party looks really nice.
But here's a thing, and it bothered both of us. Why is it she's constantly going, Blair can't know about the cruise?
I know. Why can she not know?
Why? There's literally no explanation. Why the hell did they not tell her in the first place? And why the hell are they not telling her now?
Yeah.
The only reason I can think that they're not telling her now is because they didn't want her to feel bad that they didn't go on the cruise.
Yeah.
But why did they not tell her about the cruise in the first place?
Totally. And Luther says to Nora, like, we can still go.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she'll be here. The two of them can have the house themselves for Christmas, and we can still go on the cruise, but she's having none of it.
If we were in this position and I let my mum and dad went on a cruise, I'd be buzzing for them.
Totally.
Go on your cruise and have a great time.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's just random.
Very odd.
And a bit annoying.
Yeah. Because I also have that noted down.
Totally. Oh no, because we talked about it at the time and then the other day and all.
Mm-hmm.
The burglar's left in the police car and basically Spike passes and the burglar manages to convince Spike to let him out, giving him a sob story about his kids or something, about how he hasn't eaten in 3 days or something like that.
That's right, yeah.
Something like that, anyway.
Yeah. Poor Spike getting the guilt trip.
Okay, and then he falls for it, hook, line and sinker, and lets
He
him
really
out.
does.
Enrique gives a speech and everybody likes it and it's very nice and he thanks everyone for the warm welcome. And Nora thanks her neighbours for being a strong community and she sort of passes to Luther and to everybody's disappointment he sort of goes, aye, what she said, sort of thing.
Yeah, it was really awkward.
It is. And Nora confronts him about it and he tries to convince her to still go on the cruise, but Nora's like, we're not going on the cruise.
Yeah, he's really just going to have to let it go.
He's not very happy and she's basically really pissed that he's not happy because Blair is home and he should be happy about that and no bitching about the cruise. But certainly when I watched it, I didn't get a sense that he was mad about not going on the cruise at all. It isn't really hammered a bit, he's annoyed. He just sort of goes, you didn't really get an idea. He doesn't really vocalise it or display it. You just kind of see him being a wee bit moody. That's it. Do you know what I'm saying?
And it is in stark contrast to like when he's preparing the house and stuff. Like he put a lot of effort into that and then it's like he's
Aye.
Yeah,
Exactly, aye. I mean, I say you could see him, throwing things into the tree and not really make it helping, I guess could be a sign that he's not enthused.
Yeah, but I'm also not unconvinced that's not what Luther would be like normally at Christmas.
Exactly. I know, And then we see Luther and he's in the kitchen and he sees Bev and Walt spending their evening alone across the street.
Yeah.
With a window wide open at night time with all the lights on so people can see in.
Yeah, just like our neighbours.
Yep, that is true. Some of our neighbours do that, bless them. It's hard to walk past and no turn round and notice a big window.
I remember one time I came home, it must not have been long after we moved in, I came home a few sheets to the wind. And it must have been quite late and they had their window wide open, the lights on, and I waved. So I was going past. Yeah. I can't remember if they waved back or not, probably.
I think they'd appreciate it. They're great people.
Yeah. Good eggs.
Absolutely. We're very lucky, actually.
We are very lucky.
Also, there's a part here where we hear Frohmeyer, Dan Aykroyd, singing Blue Christmas.
Yes, they do have a little musical section.
Yeah.
Here.
And they have a whole musical number where they're playing Peruvian panpipes.
Yes.
And it's class.
Yeah.
We watched it a second time the other day. I was like, yes, it's the panpipe bit.
Yeah, they've got an accordion as well.
It's funny. It's quite an ensemble. It
is indeed. But yeah, Dan Aykroyd's Blue Christmas is very good.
Luther slips out of the house with his hickory honey barbecue ham tin thing, right? And he goes to go across the street to the Shield home, which is the two elderly neighbours, one of which obviously is terminally unwell.
Aye, Walt and Bev.
That's right. And he hears Frosty shout his name. It's really random, eh?
It's so weird.
And he looks up and he's like, and he just throws his drink away, and he's like, I've had enough of that. Hearing voices. Anyway, it's a bit random.
It really bugged me as well because I was like, he's thrown that glass into the snow, so you can't even see it.
It's the kind of thing you'd maybe do when you were pissed, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Probably.
Obviously, we know that Bev's cancer's come back. Knowing that this might be their last holiday together, Luther insists that they take the cruise in place of him and Nora.
Oh, bless
Going so
him.
far as to offer to take care of the cat as well.
Yeah, like he's so adorable. Honestly, like Luther has a few questionable moments in this film, but this is a really nice touch.
This is supposed to be his redemption, and this is the big finish. This is the Christmas movie moment.
It is.
As I like to refer to it as.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see, I wonder if the movie we're doing next for our next Christmas special has a Christmas movie moment. We'll have to watch out for that.
We shall see.
But there generally is. There's normally a moment in these movies that is the Christmas magic.
Yes.
And this is it.
Yeah.
It's him realising how selfish he's been and giving this gift
Yeah.
to the man that he doesn't really like that much, but to a woman who is lovely and clearly loved in the community, and he wants to do one last good thing for her. So
Definitely, and it's so interesting. I think what I really liked about this bit is the fact that Luther is reflecting on the fact that they've been feeling so bad because Blair has left, and it's going to be just the two of them for Christmas, and that's what he sees the Shields having.
Yep.
And when he goes across, initially he just goes to give them the ham, and he's like, they're like, well, we don't really eat ham, and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
like,
by the way, I mentioned earlier where he's going on about the ham, and this is it. He's like, it's not really ham, it's mostly jelly, and I'm like, this is definitely just a tinned ham.
I know, it was like, it's just, you're giving me this crap present of this shit ham. Have this shit ham for Christmas. And I think...
It's no shit ham though, everybody wants that ham.
Apparently so. Don't believe it.
That ham is the big thing. 2004, everybody wanted a hickory barbecue smoked honey ham.
Thank God the world's moved on. And it's so interesting though, because like they say, no, we can't take the cruise because Benny might be coming tomorrow. And then they're like,
Benny must be their child, or
I think so, yeah. That's the impression you get. And it's
some sort of family member.
Yeah, and they're like, Benny hasn't been here in years. Like, is the realisation they come to when they talk to each other. And it's really sad because I think you can see that's a position that him and Nora might be in.
Yeah.
And I love the bit where they're talking about the cruise, and Luther just says to them, don't make it complicated. Because he's like, we'll give you the money and we'll pay you back. And he's like, look, it's a gift. Don't make it complicated.
And he's also like, they're like, but it's in your name. He's like, I'll take care of that. I'm like, how are you going to take care of it on Christmas Eve? But anyway, he's going to take care of it apparently. So
he will take care of it.
That's it.
They'll have somebody on, I'm sure.
But it's
really nice.
It was one of these things that I was like, I didn't even think for a second he'd get the cruise away.
No.
Didn't even think.
No.
So I can't actually fault this for being a surprise, because I thought that was really cool, because I didn't see it coming. Now, I might be the dafty, and people listening to this who have seen the film might have thought, he's going to give the cruise to them. I did not think he was going to get the cruise.
I also didn't see it coming.
There you go.
So you're definitely not alone.
I do like that he's like, does this mean we have to be nice to each other? I was like,
Nah.
And it's a cliche, sort of I'm going to do something nice to a man I didn't like, and do we still have to like each other? But I didn't really care because it was really nice.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
And sometimes, and I think I said this at one point, do you have more grace for a movie at Christmas because it's a Christmas movie?
I think you
I think
definitely
this might be one of those cases.
Yeah, I think
there's
you're
another
right.
film will be like, that's stupid, but because it's Christmas and it's a really nice moment in the movie, it doesn't really matter. It transpires that one of the neighbours has been left on the roof with Frosty, so the voice he heard wasn't Frosty's, and he isn't gone rich.
No, and in their haste to tidy things up for Blair arriving, they've weaked the ladder away and left him up on the roof.
We cut to the burglar taking the Krank's stuff.
He's a rotter.
And Spike interrupts him, and the burglar climbs out the window.
Rude.
He's climbing on the roof, and he's confronted by Luther, and he slips off, becoming Santa. No, I'm joking. By the way, in case you're wondering, in the movie The Santa Claus, it's about Tim Allen, and he goes onto the roof to investigate Santa, and he falls off the roof. The Santa falls off the roof, and then he becomes the new Santa.
Yes.
That's what that movie's about.
If you've not seen it, it is fantastic.
You should see it. It's a classic Christmas movie in this house. When the burglar gets up and tries to run away, he's hit by Santa, who tries to give Luther an umbrella.
Wow.
It's this umbrella Santa.
It is the umbrella
That's
Santa.
random as hell.
Yeah.
And it transpires that Santa is Marty. That makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
So we've seen Marty at the start of the movie, and then a little bit later, and then again at the end, and it turns out he's Santa.
Wow.
I don't think it's as impactful as they wanted it to be.
Definitely not.
Right? But he's there, and he's Santa. And with his holiday spirit renewed, Luther finally admits to Nora that skipping Christmas was not a good idea until she suggests maybe we should do it next year.
Oh, ambiguous ending. And then we see Marty's beetle being pulled by reindeer, flying across the sky with all the Mr. Frosties.
It doesn't make any sense, right? Why is he in a beetle? Has this been referenced earlier in the movie?
I think we do see him driving a beetle, but
right.
Still not great.
To be fair, I'm a fan of Beetle Santa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Santa dressed as one of the Beatles, even better. I'd be into that.
Even better.
Right?
Yeah.
But when he's in the back, the Volkswagen attached to the reindeer is quite funny. But it is random as hell.
It does feel left
Doesn't
field.
really land. It's quite stupid.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it because it's funny. I think that it just doesn't fit into this film, really.
No.
And it might have fitted if you'd have seen Marty getting in and out his beetle a couple of times. Or if Marty was in the movie more.
Yes.
Or, making a joke about his beat up old beetle or something. Anything.
Yeah.
Just one little bit could have changed the way it landed. It just doesn't, though. But anyway, And the worse yet, you see them go away, and yes, you see the Frosties, but there's one that turns round and winks before the film ends, and it's hideous.
It is a weird ending.
Oh dear. Anyway, that was Christmas with the Kranks.
Feeling festive?
Aye, do you know, it does make me feel festive.
Yeah.
And it might have some flaws, but we'll get into that, eh? Ho, ho, ho!
So, Mikey, what did you think of this one?
It's a really interesting one, this one, right? I kept waiting for this film to stumble massively and for something to like catastrophically bad to happen, right? And be like, oh God, this is awful. But that didn't really happen. We were anticipating something really bad happening that really derailed this thing.
Yes, we were, yeah.
You know,
especially with a score that low.
Yeah, it's true. The film didn't need to be derailed. There's no getting away from the fact it's flawed, right? But there was nothing catastrophically went bad that made me go, this is a really bad movie. That didn't happen, right? There was something intangible about the plot, though. There's a plot that isn't really a solid plot. It just sort of meanders. It's like, I said that to you earlier, it breaks up into those three parts where they go, we're skipping Christmas, and then the neighbours get pissed, and then Blair's coming home, and everybody helps, right? And that's fine, but that's all. There's no really a solid thing that makes this film flow better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. I think you're totally right.
But that's it, really. It's just kind of that's the plot, and there isn't really any big equilibrium disturbing event. And I mean, it doesn't always have to be, but it depends on what scale that is. Even in a stripped back, more chill film, you have to have a plot and something to disturb the equilibrium to create a story.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when they find out they're not going on the cruise anymore, he's only just, I've said this earlier, he's only just a wee bit upset. He's not that angry.
No.
So when later on, when she's really miffed that he's not happy enough, it doesn't really land.
No.
You know, and Tim Allen is capable of delivering this thing. But he's just not been given the material to do it.
No. And it does feel weird.
I think if he was more upset, it would have made the finale more impactful.
Yeah.
Because it's really nice ending, but it could have had a more oomph behind it.
Yeah.
If we had more of a build towards it, but we just didn't.
Yeah.
I've said the plot's basic, which you could say is realistic, right? But in real life, stories aren't always super satisfying with twists and turns, etc. That's a fact, right?
Yeah.
But the way the neighbours behave isn't realistic. It's completely over the top.
Yeah.
So you can't really have it both ways.
No.
You know, you can't be like, well, it's more realistic that, you know, things in life didn't play out like a movie. But the way that the rest of the street react is very silly comedy movie-like.
Yes.
So, do you know what I mean? Confused. I think that's the word I'd use here. It doesn't really teach our main... Like, sometimes in these movies, you know, you learn a lesson, a Christmas miracle, or everybody learns something. But like our characters didn't. That doesn't really happen with this movie, and that's okay, really, right? But they only learn that you can't really skip Christmas. If there's a lesson, maybe it's about the community coming together to help them in their time of need, even when they weren't playing ball with the community, they weren't contributing to the community.
Yes.
The community still paid back.
Yes, absolutely.
See what I mean? So there is a sort of, that is an important element of the story, I think. I like the completely over the top jab. Like this film plays out, and I was saving it for here, right? It plays out like a completely hyperbolic jab at the commercialism of Christmas, right? As well as the pressure people feel at Christmas time. And I've said this to you already, but it's a lot of pressure going into the season, right? Even if you're not feeling it, you have to feel it because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I normally feel the season, we've spoken about that. Me and you go right into it, don't we?
Yeah.
But I do think of those who maybe don't want to.
Yeah.
And it's everywhere, right? So I think it's good that this brought that forward, because if you think about it, can you imagine if you were a person who wasn't celebrating Christmas, you would feel like one of the Kranks.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason they've made this thing, I think. At least I hope so. Somebody's had that thought somewhere along the line, is that, you know, if you weren't celebrating Christmas, this is what it feels like, you're getting hammered over the head with it left, right and centre. And that's what happens to them.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I do worry, like, about... Imagine if you were seeing this film and you were somebody who chose not to celebrate Christmas for whatever reason, and you didn't have that, like, that community rescue, I'm not sure is always...
It's not realistic.
Yeah, but also it's not a good thing. Like, if you don't want to celebrate Christmas, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
And I do agree with you with people being battered over the head with it, and it just kind of feels like, because Blair came back, they were like, oh, well, let's do it then.
Aye.
And that's fine for them to make that choice, but if you are somebody who doesn't have anybody or whatever, I think it, again, like, sometimes Christmas movies have this really bad habit of setting people up with unrealistic expectations of what Christmas is like and sort of things that can happen.
You know, I think that is one of the reasons we are so enamoured with Christmas movies, because they make you feel what Christmas is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
So even if you're not experiencing it in real life, you experience it via a movie.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be fair, it's a point you just made, so...
Well, no, I was kind of making the opposite. And
I guess.
it's not real life. And I appreciate that, like, you know, movies are an escape from real life. But maybe a pretty hard pill to swallow if you're not feeling very festive or you've not got many people around you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I brought the mood right down.
No, really, you're making a valid point. You're right. There could be an unrealistic thing where people think, we watch this film and go, well, that's never happened to me and I'm having a shy time.
Yeah.
Like I say, I do think that the film should at least be recognised for attempting to help people see what it's like when you don't see what it's like to be a person who doesn't celebrate Christmas.
Yes. Yeah.
At this time of year, it's going to be in your face everywhere. If you're here or any other country who celebrates Christmas. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it cheesy and a bit cliched, the film?
Goodness, yeah.
Aye, but who really cares? It's Christmas.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
No.
Exactly. 100%.
I'm kidding, but this is this thing that we said. Like, are we more forgiving? Apparently no, because it's got 5%.
Well, this is it.
But really though, at the end of the day, I didn't think this film deserved a score that low. And I've certainly seen worse Christmas movies than this one.
Oh, God, yeah.
What do you think, Kat? Sorry, I've talked for a wee while there. I know you've dipped in, but...
I think I agree with you for the most part. In fact, I agree with you wholeheartedly about that there's something fundamental missing from this film, and I think it is that strong narrative. Like, it definitely does meander, as you say. I think if they had maybe picked one thread and stuck with it, like, there's certainly loads of things in there that I just don't think need to be in there.
Like the burglar.
The burglar is a perfect example.
Does not, the whole bit where I'm going in the house and that is pointless.
Nope. Nah. And also, I think they could have removed Marty entirely and had one of the neighbours turn up with a ham, because that's what it feels like Marty's there for, is he's a vehicle for delivering this ham.
He's a ham vehicle.
He is a ham vehicle. So I think it would have maybe landed more if Vic had brought the ham.
Yeah, maybe throw my eye.
Yeah. Somebody that you actually feel like they have a connection with, rather than this person that they've invited because they thought they knew them, and we've all been there where somebody's like, oh, how are you? And you're like, oh, I don't know who you are, but yeah, I'm great, thanks.
Aye.
So I think there's ways they could have tightened it up, and I think if they made this film now, it would be tighter because we expect more from modern cinema. So I think things like they could have started off by showing us photos of the Kranks Christmases through time.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
And, you know, showing that you do the same things over again and you start creating traditions and, you know, making that, as you say, like that kind of, this is the status quo and that's being broken and being disrupted, as you said. I think that would have maybe made things land more and give you more connection to the Krank Christmas.
Really insightful and a really good idea. That would have been great.
So I don't think it's bad, and I would definitely watch it again because it did make me laugh, but it definitely...
Very much so.
It definitely could be tighter, I think.
Well, it seemed, I went online, right, and it seemed for Reddit that people were kind of miffed at the actions of other people, shaming and the pressure and everything else that we've already talked about. And I get that 100%, but at the same time, I think it again, and I've said this already, it's supposed to be a humorous, hyperbolic portrayal and a jab at the commercialism of Christmas, 100%.
Yes.
Right? That's what I think it is,
Yeah.
right? Some guy even made a comment that Marty was a stalker Santa.
All right.
And it was more akin to a horror movie.
That's too far.
Yeah, a bit too far. I think they might have been just taking a piss. I think they were having a bit of fun. It's strange, but I get his point.
I do get his point, but that's bad storytelling on their part, in my opinion.
I guess so, aye. Someone also said on the other side of that, the person said it's a social commentary on Christmas and basically how commercial it's become, right? And how for some, the mere mention that Christmas is coming evokes a feeling of dread or horror because you don't follow the status quo. You know, and that's what I just said, and that's a better way of putting it, to be honest. But that's what I meant when it gives you the feel for what it's like to not celebrate.
Yes.
And I read a couple of articles, one from slate.com. I've used them before, I think, but they had an article called "'Tis the Season for Rationing Movies," right? By a guy called Luke Winkie that wrote it, right?
From Winkie Country.
Luke Winkie from Winkie Country. Sorry. You know, it was really interesting. What his point was that at Christmas time, there's so many great movies to watch, you have to ration out the good ones. Ration it out so that you've got the good ones throughout the season.
Little sprinkles.
It said here, right, this was one of the bits I took away from it, and he said, since anticipation is the reason for the season, especially when you're no longer a child, and a jolting dose of psychotropic nostalgia is more gratifying than the ritual of unwrapping gifts, you're best off sticking to the B players until the 25th is right around the corner.
I think that's wise.
And they finished it with saying, so please join me in my discipline this year. Let us dutifully ration the Yuletide joy so that every night feels a lot like Christmas. We only get so many Decembers in our lives, and if I need to spend some time with Tim Allen to make them last longer, then so be it.
That's fair. That's more
It's
than
a
fair.
good point, though, and the reason I brought it up because I like that idea of rationing out Christmas movies.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I think that's a good point.
And I read another article by a lady called Caitlin Mensah for Radio Times. And to be honest, I expected more. It was called Christmas with the Kranks is the most underrated Christmas movie ever. It was a very short fluff piece, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny because they explained the plot and they were like, now this seems like a pretty basic plot outline for a Christmas movie. And I'm like, that's because it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they made a good point by saying that it's completely over the top, but Christmas is over the top.
Christmas is over the top,
pretty
yeah.
much. Do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It was an alright article. It served a purpose to show that there are people out here who actually do love this movie and are willing to stick up for it. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So I thought it was worth mentioning. Well, anyway, that's what I thought of it. That's what you thought of it. That's what they thought of it. But I want to know about trivia. Give me some Christmas-tinged triv, man. Ho, ho, ho.
So our first bit of trivia is that this film is based on John Grisham's book Skipping Christmas, which we already knew.
Mm-hmm.
The original title is seen in the newspaper article after the tanning salon incident. The title was changed for the movie to avoid confusion with Surviving Christmas, which came out this year.
That another film.
Yeah, it also came out in 2004. Both movies were holiday comedies released in the same year and were both received poorly by critics.
Fair enough.
So they had the same fate despite having some name drama. So this bit of trivia is taken from IMDb, and I will be taking no further questions on it.
All right.
So you're just going to have to believe it and think of it as a Christmas miracle.
100% I'm in, because I do what you tell me. I'm in.
Since when? During filming, it was reported that the cast and crew had ingested over 10 pounds of fake snow.
What?
I said no questions.
Okay, cool.
There's no further details given. I just liked it because I thought it was bizarre.
Did they just, between takes, or I'm going to go out and get me a bit of snow, and they weren't talking about cocaine? I think they were talking about real snow.
When the Kranks are watching Vic Frohmeyer through the window, Luther says to Nora, so you're saying Frohmeyer has a problem with our skipping Christmas? Who's he going to call?
Well, that's class. I didn't notice that.
Yes. So it's a reference, obviously, to Ghostbusters, with Dan Aykroyd playing Frohmeyer.
Who are you going to call? Someone else. By the way, there's another connection.
Whoa.
Dan Aykroyd was in Casper, so...
Yeah. And he was in Evolution as well.
Aye.
He may well be our most frequent flyer.
Yeah, do you think we should do that for a wrap-up?
Yeah, we could do.
Get who's been in the most... I don't know how we're going to figure that out, but we're going to try.
Yeah, leave it with me.
Cool.
There's another Ghostbusters reference that comes when Luther asks Vic if he knows anybody at Con Ed. So in Ghostbusters 2, the Ghostbusters pretend to be from Con Ed to dig a big hole in the middle of the street.
Do love that movie, man.
Go.
I love Ghostbusters too.
But yeah, not one Ghostbuster reference, but two. There you go.
Class.
According to director Joe Ross, both he and producer-screenwriter Chris Columbus had purchased the right to the novel Skipping Christmas around about the same time. Columbus had already written the script and called Roth. Roth thought Columbus was about to tell him that he was directing the film and he could just get over it. But actually, it was an offer from Columbus to Roth for Roth to direct the film.
That's cool.
While Columbus would just produce it and had written the screenplay for it. So they weren't competing, actually. He wanted them to collaborate the whole way through.
That's cool. Maybe it would have been better if it was in Columbus's hands.
Maybe.
For directing as well.
He did write the screenplay, so he's definitely not squeaky clean.
Yeah, well, I know, but if you're directing, maybe things have been changed here and there, you know?
Yeah, potentially. So, there was quite a cast of characters who were considered for Luther Krank. Would you like to hear the list?
Aye, let me hear it, so I can visualise it.
Right.
Vinnie Jones.
No, definitely not Vinnie Jones. Owen Wilson, Bryan Cranston, which would have made it a Malcolm Middle reunion.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Robin Williams.
Oh.
Chevy Chase. Jeff Daniels.
Chevy Chase would have made it far too much like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
For
Jeff
sure.
Daniels could have landed.
Yeah. Tom Hanks, Mel Gibson, and Ben Stiller. They were all considered for the role.
Some of them are alright.
Yeah, I think
Some
they
of them
wouldn't
might
have been
slot in
bad.
alright. Ben Stiller would have worked.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Stiller could have really worked in this film. You know,
I think he needed somebody older. When you think about 2004.
I think Tim Allen kind of works in it.
Yeah, I think Tim Allen kind of works.
He did the best, and I think Tim Allen's talented, and he is a very famous actor for a reason.
Yeah.
But I feel that maybe he wasn't given the best material here, probably.
Yeah. So as we've kind of talked about tangentially here, there are a lot of deleted scenes from this film and alternative footage that were, there was actually alternative footage that appeared in the movie's trailer that did not end up in the final film. Would you like to hear some examples of that?
Absolutely.
So there is a book being opened to a photo of the Krank family that is just not included in the film. Nora Krank taking a photo of her husband and daughter outside their house. Luther Krank with a device in his mouth, obviously sitting in a dentist chair getting his teeth whitened and or fixed.
So that was going to be an all then.
Mm-hmm. Luther Krank driving home with the skimpy tree on the roof of his car getting heckled by another motorist.
Your tree's shite.
Basically, a different cruise advertisement in the travel agency's window. Luther Krank showing his Botox injected face in the hospital. It's only ever seen afterwards when he's in the canteen with Nora. The shot of Blair saying goodbye to her parents at the airport doesn't have a screen credit over it as it does in the actual film.
All right.
So quite a lot of changes there, which is interesting. And our last bit of trivia is a wee shorty. Despite the title, this movie actually ends before it is ever Christmas Day.
It does, aye.
Yeah.
Because it ends on Christmas Eve.
It does end at the Christmas Eve party.
Ho, ho, ho. There is no Wilhelm scream that I heard in this film, Kat,
Nor
unfortunately. Although you were watching Lord of the Rings earlier and I heard 2
There
Wilhelm
were
screams
2.
in that.
Yes. Unbelievable.
Did you have a favourite line for there was only a few we spoke about, to be fair, and a few that we highlighted, because largely I think because there wasn't enough exciting lines, dialogue and writing in this film.
Yeah.
Now, the writing and the dialogue served a purpose to tell the story, and a lot of the comedy and a lot of the moments in this film that stuck out were visual and gags.
Yes.
So there wasn't as much great dialogue that stood out to us,
I
or
agree.
bizarre dialogue, which is what we tried to pick, I think.
For me, I like Daisy and the tannin place.
Daisy, the tannin bants.
Why would we get a tan before the cruise? I thought the whole point was to get a tan during the cruise.
Look at our skin. We kind of look like uncooked chicken.
You look like a corpse. And you could use a little help yourself.
God, Daisy, you need some customer service training, hen.
I know, bless her. She's not the most tactful.
I quite enjoyed the trespassing carolers line. Largely because Kat and I had to figure out how to resemble a whole choir.
I think we did a good job.
So we kind of moved around the room and moved the mic around the room and sung at different sort of pitches and voices to try and make it sound like a choir. It was all right. But also just the idea that he wants to get them arrested cracks me up, because I would.
Oh, lovely.
It's not lovely. They're trespassing. Somebody set us up.
Trespassing?
Yes, they are. They were on our property. They weren't invited. Somebody told them to come. Sheila Frohmeyer.
Christmas carolers are not trespassers.
I know what I'm talking about here.
Well, why don't you have them arrested then?
I just may do that.
What a way to end.
Honestly. But I love it. It's the absurdity, the fact that he's getting so pissed he wants to get them arrested.
Honestly.
That he's really went over the line at that point, I think.
Yeah, definitely off the edge there.
In terms of the sound, Cat, we picked loads of ones out for this film. Did you have one that stuck out to you particularly?
I really do enjoy Luther's very annoyed Kay.
Gay!
Kay! Yeah, very intense.
He's annoyed, it's raining, she's shouting demands at him about white chocolate. At that moment, I'd be like, quite honestly, I didn't give a shit about white chocolate. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
All right? That's the other thing. See this Christmas, if there's something you're stressing out trying to buy,
Yeah.
try and remind yourself that it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
Even if you go out a turkey,
Yeah.
if you've got a tin of soup, at
Totally.
least you've got something to eat,
Yeah.
all right? Didn't get stressed out trying to buy white chocolate this Christmas. I've been there. It wasn't worth it. And I
Definitely
refuse to do it again this time.
Nope. 100% not worth it.
My favourite sound is 100% the weird man at the tanning salon. I'll go for the first sort of noise he makes, or will I just do both?
Do both. Treat yourself this
Nice.
Christmas.
Wow! Wow!
Because I kept going on about that for days after we watched this.
Honestly.
The wee man just cracked me up. He's such a strange little man. To
sounds
be
like a
honest, I
little
think,
alien man.
I think he's mortified, to be honest.
God, yeah. Like, that tannin salon should have had a proper door, not a curtain.
Absolutely
Like,
true.
Unacceptable.
In terms of if they said it, this is an interesting one. They didn't say Christmas with the Kranks, right?
No.
But it sort of gets alluded because Tim does say skipping Christmas in a
Yeah.
very obvious way when he's writing the note to his colleagues. This year we are skipping Christmas. And it's so emphasised that they must have been going to, like you said, that was the working title.
Yeah.
That's what they were going to go with. It was based on the book Skipping Christmas, and I think that's why that line was so emphasised.
I agree.
But at the end of the day, it's obviously no what they called the film in the end. So it's sort of like 50% they said it.
Yeah.
They sort of said it.
Sort of.
Sorry.
Ho, ho, ho!
Right, Kat, are you ready? I have scrolled through Rotten Tomatoes to bring you the best reviews I could find.
Give it to me like the Christmas gift it is.
That's it. So does that mean I'd have to buy anything this Christmas? That's it?
No. My letter's still off to Santa.
All right, okay, cool. Just thought I'd check. I thought this maybe was the Christmas gift. There's going to be up a couple of books. First reviewer is called Jessie K. And they say, this movie is spectacular. Superb acting. Tim Allen is just great. Jamie Lee Curtis is excellent. It's an important part of my bedtime routine. I watch it every single night. I'm a 38-year-old adult. That's how much this movie means to me. I don't like much about it, honestly. It's just my favourite movie. I don't even know why. Watch it! You won't regret it!
Wow. Okay, there's a lot to unpick here.
5 stars.
5 stars. Right. Okay.
They're very confused. That's how much this movie means to me. I don't like much about it, honestly.
Right. But they watch it every single night.
But they watch it every night.
Every single
And
night.
they're 38 years old. For some reason, that's important.
Well, 21 years of watching it. So they started watching it when they were 17? Is that right? Yeah.
That's a lot of times.
That is a lot of times watching this film.
I feel
Wow.
that Jessie K is taking the piss. We've got another K. We've got Rick K for the next review.
Ricky.
Enrique. He says, I love Christmas movies and I watch this one almost every Christmas, but it's really stupid. Tim Allen's eating scene after his face Botox treatment is cringeworthy. Just looking at you there.
I don't agree.
I know, eh? The entire movie is cringeworthy.
I do agree.
So why do I still watch this moronic holiday movie every year? I don't know. 1 star.
1 star.
1 star. Do they watch it every year?
Watch it every... Wow. Okay. 1 star.
It's a Raj one, eh? Because,
Yeah.
like...
God.
I get it. And it's like, oh, it's cringeworthy. Like, I'm sitting here with a turkey hat on. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm past that, to
Yeah.
be honest.
And also, these reviews are so bipolar, though.
Okay,
Like, oh, I watch it every Christmas. Oh, I watch it every night. I don't know what I like about it, though.
Raj. There are some Rajis out there.
Well, yeah, we know that.
Next one's by Todd G. And he simply says, this is the Grandpa Joe of all Christmas movies. Half star.
Okay. What?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
The Grandpa Joe of all Christmas movies, they're obviously referring to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Maybe.
Grandpa Joe is the one that people hate on because he pretends to be unwell, and then the minute he gets offered a golden ticket, he springs out of his bed and goes on the sort of tour around the Wonka Chocolate Factory.
Okay, well, yeah.
So I think that is where that hate is coming from. I'm not entirely sure.
So they're not... Maybe it's like drawing the parallel of, like, Nora and Luther are not into Christmas until Blair comes home, and then as soon as that offered on the table, they're like, yeah, super Christmassy.
Maybe that's what they mean.
Yeah.
I just picked it because it stood out to me as being utterly bizarre.
It is super stupid. Anyway, half star.
Yeah, half star. Our next reviewer, Jason E. A-list stars in an F-list movie. A complete town hellbent on guilt-tripping a couple who are looking to skip Christmas. Heaven forbid someone doesn't celebrate Christmas or spend money on trees and other stuff. Half a star.
Wow, half a star is low. Half star is really low, but I think it's a fair review.
Yeah, I think they've got it in a nutshell, largely. I mean, I know we've sort of defended it and also said what we don't like about it. Obviously, we always do that. But the fact is, it's all true and it's stuff that we've said.
Yeah.
And, I just need to say, many other reviewers mentioned this same point.
Yeah.
Loads of the reviews said, why are people getting guilt-tripped? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
That's why this film's rated so low, I'm telling you now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
This next one was by Jeff S. And the way it reads, right, just the way he's written it, right, I feel like this is what Jeff S. sounds like. The hipster in me wants to give this 1 out of 5 to go along with the crowd, but I have to say, I'm not sure what this movie is being judged against. The English Patient? Citizen Kane? Sure, it's not It's a Wonderful Life, but to me, this isn't terrible by a long shot. I can see the criticisms about it being a litany of first world problems, but some people do live in the first world. And if you've ever tried to plan a holiday for your extended family, there's a lot of truth here too. Why does this movie have to include biting social commentary to merit a good review? It's the holidays. Lighten up. The movie is funny, silly, dumb, and at the end, charming in its own way. Watch it and laugh. 3.5 stars.
I think that's pretty fair.
Aye,
I agree.
I think they've summed it up quite well.
Very-
Citizen Kane, it is not.
Yes. I also very much enjoyed the vocal delivery that came with that.
Oh,
there.
thanks, aye. I
It
just
was-
feel like that's what he sounds like. I can't help it. I can't see past it.
Wouldn't be able to read it in any other voice now.
Nah.
So, but no, I agree with that. I think that's very measured.
3.5's really good, actually, right? The next one's Gavin L. And they said, craving for some iced tea is going out tonight with a couple of friends. So I'll have some for dinner and a couple for lunch tomorrow morning. I can get you a drink. You can have some of those too. I don't have a drink. 5 stars.
I don't understand.
Me either. I genuinely thought I was having a meltdown when I read this review the other day, and I had to include it.
Yep.
I'm just going to read it to you again.
Yep.
It is utterly bizarre.
Okay.
Craving for some iced tea, and by the way, this is all one sentence, all right?
Okay.
Craving for some iced tea is going out tonight with a couple of friends, so I'll have some for dinner and a couple for lunch tomorrow morning, and I can get you a drink. You can have some of those too. I don't have a drink. 5 stars.
Okay. That kind of sounds like, you know, when you accidentally press the like dictate button.
Yeah, maybe
on your
that.
phone?
Honestly, I'm wondering if someone has tapped that button and they're talking to their pal. And then they've posted it. But what situation could you possibly be in that you'd be on Rotten Tomatoes
Yeah.
and you'd be on the button that's posting a review to accident? But that's the only explanation.
Yeah, that's
It's-
the only explanation.
Bloody mental.
Yeah.
It's the most surreal review we've had this season. I'm
For
telling
sure.
You. Anyway, our last and final review is from our old friend, Stephen C.
No way, he's back.
Stephen C is back.
Yes.
I can't believe how many of these movies this guy has reviewed.
Yeah.
Right. This is our third one just this season. What are the chances this guy's popped up 3 times now?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow.
his review is simply this. Funny in 1 hour and 38 minutes! 5 stars.
Oh, right. I like it, Stephen. True to form.
I can.
Always reliable as Stephen C.
We always know what we're getting with Stevie C.
Ho, ho, ho!
So, Mikey, we've chatted through this film, we've looked at some trivia, we've read some reviews. What would you give this as a rank? Is it fresh? Is it rotten? Is it rank rotten?
It's a fence sitter for me.
Oh, wow.
Now, the one criteria is, and which is the next thing you're going to ask, which is, would I watch it again?
Mm-hmm.
And I think these two things go, this is why we do it together, because they're kind of interlinked.
They
to a
are.
degree. I can see us watching this again next Christmas. We've watched it twice already for the purposes of the podcast, obviously.
Yeah.
But I can see us watching it again next Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say, you know, if that's a criteria, if I'm willing to watch it again, much like, who was it? Somebody there said, I watch it every year. Well, Rick Kay, the guy that did his review.
Oh, Enrique.
Why? And Rick Kay. He said, you know, why do I still watch this moronic holiday movie every year? It's a fact. Like, and we'll probably watch it next year again, and we'll probably have a laugh, and we'll probably have a nice night in, and we'll probably feel all cosy when he gives the cruise tickets.
Yes.
But we're still going to be like, it could have been better.
Yeah,
And it could have been better.
definitely.
And it faltered in various places, which
It
we've
did.
discussed. But personally, I quite like the idea that it is a jibe at how commercial Christmas has become, and that if you didn't want to take part, everybody's going to notice and everybody's going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's also, I think, a really good representation of what it's like to no celebrate and what it feels like if you're a person who doesn't, that you're going to get hammered across the head with this thing for the whole month of December.
Yeah.
And before now. It
Yeah.
starts earlier even.
It does.
You know, I think it serves a really good purpose for that, and I think that was valid. I also think that it's so comically silly, and it really takes it to another level of silliness with the how over the top it is. So, you know, I appreciated that humour, and I think that's where this film faltered with the reviews, is that people didn't get that joke,
Yeah.
that this
yeah.
is supposed to be over the top.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that I could say it's rotten quite easily, I think, and I'd have reason to.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it's fresh because it did serve a purpose, even if it really needed to improve in various places.
Yeah.
You know, it's just fresh, just.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What about you?
For me, I do agree with you that it is kind of in that
Grey area,
fence-sitting
sort of.
position, yeah, where it definitely could be better.
Mhm.
There's loads of places it could strengthen up. However, I think, as we've already discussed, at Christmas you kind of tend to give stuff a bit more leniency.
Aye.
And I, for sure, watch Christmas stuff every year that is way worse than this. So for me, this movie is fresh.
I wonder if that's why there's so many cheapy Hallmark Christmas movies, because we've got Mary
Oh.
and Grace thing for them, you know?
100%.
Is that why Christmas is a target for these sort of things?
Definitely.
Also, right, here's a fact, right? We went into this film knowing it was 5% and thinking this was going to be the worst piece of shit we've ever seen, right? We thought this was going to be terrible because of the score. You know that whole thing about keeping your expectations low? so then you're no disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I do that in life all the time. I always expect things to go wrong,
Yes.
which is a major character problem, because then you end up going into life thinking everything's going to go wrong when it's
Yeah.
not necessarily. But the fact is, our expectations were very low.
They were very
So we
low.
went into this thing and were impressed because we thought it was going to be way worse than it is.
Definitely.
So there is every chance if this film had a higher score, we would have said it was rotten.
Yes, I think it's a
Do you know
very
what I mean?
valid point.
But I can't say for sure, but I reckon we've been skewed by that a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. And also, as I say, it was funny.
it was right.
It was funny.
Listen, I've just said I would watch it again, and you've obviously mentioned a couple of times now, eh?
I have said a couple of times throughout this that I would watch it again, and I stand by it. To see Tim Allen forking his Botox-filled face, I'm there.
And dribbling water all over the place.
100, that gave me the heave.
And weird,
But yeah.
demonic Frosty, and
Yeah.
there's just so many random things. Marty and his beetle, like,
Yeah.
why is there a burglar?
Weird.
Cheech is a police, which is great. I like that.
All very weird.
I don't know. Anyway, I think we had a good first Christmas special, Kat.
Yeah.
Our first ever Christmas special.
Yeah.
And it was fun, and I think we picked a really good one. So thanks to Mum and Dad. Thank you very much for suggesting this one.
Yes,
So
thank you
definitely
so much.
was at our forefront because of them. So
For sure.
anyway, we've still got another movie to go this season. We've still got a movie to talk about.
We
and
can
it's another,
squeeze one more in.
I can, and it's another Christmas special.
It is.
Kat, do you want to say what it is?
I would love to. It is my
Let everyone know what it is, because
honour.
I think people are going to be excited about this one.
Well, next time, we are covering Jingle All the Way.
That's right, we're doing Jingle All the Way.
Excellent. Can't believe it's rotten.
I know, it's a weird one, eh? Like, I feel that we can say that now, but like we normally do in this thing, we're probably going to think otherwise when we actually watch it with a closer eye.
I am a bit concerned about this as well.
Aye, do you know what I mean? But I can't wait to get that one talked about. It's a film we know really well,
It is.
but we'll probably be watching it a couple of times again.
Oh no.
I know, eh?
What
Oh
a
no.
shame.
But no, it's a belter. It's definitely a favourite within my friendship group and people that we know
Yes.
that watch it most years, because
Yeah.
it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and a silly comedy. So
Totally.
quite a departure for all the action heavy stuff he'd done up to that point.
Yeah.
So, I think it's going to be really fun.
I think it'll be most excellent.
So please do join us for that. That is due to come out on the 19th of December.
Close to the big day.
That's it. And then after that, we've got our rankings episode, which we're going to release on a Wednesday because it's New Year's Eve. So
Yeah.
we're going to put that one out on the 31st of December. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Absolutely. So please do join us for that.
For turbo time.
It's turbo time. And we've said already before, feel free to reach out to us on social media. For some reason, TikTok's really popular.
Yeah.
Didn't anticipate TikTok being our sort of most popular social media, but it really is.
Yeah, it's taken off.
It has. There was one random post we put up about Hubie Halloween, got something like 70,000 people engaging with it and liking it and
Crazy.
commenting on it and tagging their pals in it. And I think you can do something on TikTok where you shortlist or favourite something or
Yeah,
something.
it's favourite.
I didn't know how it works. This is literally my first time out the bag using TikTok.
Hey, but it's going well.
It's doing all right.
But yeah, feel free to reach out to us and on any of the socials.
Totally, you can email us if you want. The emails, do you know what? We've only actually had one email. We would like to read emails out. We'd like to have a wee bit of engagement with people listening. If you want to say anything to us, please do email us. It's at rankrottenpod@gmail.com. That's rankrottenpod@gmail.com. If you would like to email us, that would be class.
As you can tell, we love to chat. So if you have anything to say to us, we'd love to hear it.
Absolutely. And anything that comes in, I'll get read out, unless you're calling us a couple of dicks. But in which case, I'll probably read it out anyway. So
Yeah.
just, go for it.
We can take
We'll
it.
just be buzzing to get one. Please do join us for Jingle All the Way. And you, put that cookie down now! Right, see you later. Bye!
Bye!
Christmas time! Yay!
Santa!
Santa!
Ho, ho, ho!